evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you can hear me, I want you to go ahead and use the comments. You can type, you can use the group as well.
You can use the book as well.
Hello everyone, good evening, good evening. Please let me know if you can hear me. Good evening everyone. Good evening, good evening. You can use the comment section. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome everyone. You can make use of the comment section on YouTube so I can be sure you can hear me. Good evening, good evening. Oh, some people are experiencing network glitches. Oh my god. Oh my god. But let me know if you can hear me. Okay. I guess they were attending to that already. So once again, welcome everyone. I'm so excited. The day we waited for is finally here. Show me excitement. Show me excitement. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? I'm waiting. Are you excited for everything that is set to happen today? Are you excited? Are you excited? Oh, beautiful. Are you excited? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Are you excited for today? Oh, finally, finally, finally. All right. So, quickly, before we go into everything that is set to happen today, let's say a quick word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. Thank you, Lord, because we waited for this day and finally it is here. Thank you, Lord, for the lives you are set to touch. Thank you, Lord, for the vessels you are going to be using for us today. Accept our thanks in Jesus' name. Oh Lord, we ask that you take total control of everything that is going to be taking place today. Oh Lord, we ask for the vessels that you are going to be using, that Lord, you would breathe life upon their words. And for those of us that are going to be listening, Lord, we ask that by your mercies we would be able to receive all that we need to receive in the mighty name of Jesus. And we shall receive everything in full package in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for answering our prayers. For in Jesus' name we are prayed. Can I see your amen? Can I see your amen? Can I see your amen? Amen, 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 amen. All right, so we are not going to be doing much of drama tonight. We have limited time because there is a lot set in place for tonight, and so we are going to be taking everything briefly. You know, as I've said over and over again on the group, it is very, very important to be intentional during this session. Your activeness is very important. The speakers are going to be, the convener is going to be speaking to us as the keynote speaker, and there's going to be a panel session afterwards. How do you show that you are participating, that you are actually here? Make sure that you are active in the comment section to show that you are following. Don't just see this as a virtual event, all right? So officially, I want to welcome you to the GlobaVox Annual Summit 2025, the first of its kind. And guess what? It is going to be a wonderful time, all right? So let me see you type "I am ready" in the comment section if you are ready. I am going to be handing over to the convener shortly. Let me see you type "I am ready, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you all right? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm still waiting for those who are not texting me. Are you ready? Remember that it is important to be very active tonight. That's the way to show that you are actually participating, all right? So I am going to be bringing up our convene shortly. Let me see you celebrate that woman. Let me see you celebrate her. Let me see you celebrate her. Celebrate her. Celebrate her. Celebrate her. Honor her in the comment section. Yes, she's the vessel through which God has birthed this vision, and she's the vessel through which so many lives are going to be liberated. And so I want you to celebrate her in the comment section. Celebrate her. Celebrate her. Celebrate her. Celebrate her. Yeah, okay. Celebrate. Are you celebrating now? I want to believe you are typing. Celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our. Okay. Celebrate. I'm still waiting for the rest of us that are not celebrating her. So yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. More energy. More energy. That's why we are here. More energy, celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our. Beautiful. I believe that you are giving a round of applause wherever you are. All right, so without too much drama, I am going to be welcoming GlobaVox on stage. Mama, you have the stage, ma. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Can you hear me now? My mic was muted the other time. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear? All right, perfect. Good evening. Such a delight to be here. I'm super excited, and I guess I should be because why not? It's a beginning of what will transform life. Like that's one of the things I'm super, convinced about. I am more than convinced about it. Welcome, 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 every single one of you. So you can go ahead and share the link on your, all your platforms. You can send it to the DMs of your sisters, your colleague, your friends. I want you to do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now before we proceed. We have very limited time. The panel session is one session that I don't want us to have like a very limited time for, whereby the panelists are now rushing their answers. No, press the kind of questions I already like packed in that session so that nobody, only if you are not intentional, only if you are not paying attention, only if you're distracted, only if you're just here because, oh, let me just show that I'm here. And funny enough, like we can't even know how many people are here. Do you get, like, I can't start, oh, let me look at this person's name, let me show this person is here. No, no. All right, so just go ahead and share the link, send it to someone. Do that right now. Thank you, thank you. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Trying to follow up on my phone as well. Okay, good evening once again. Thank you, TPO, for that fast. I needed it to be that fast because I don't want to waste much of our time. Everybody, welcome to the GlobaVox Annual Summit. Just in case you've been wondering what is the GlobaVox Annual Summit, what is this summit about, and all the questions that you have, trust me, I'm going to take my time to answer all the questions that you have. But this particular edition of the summit is focused on every woman that is stuck, that is not finding a starting point to her dreams, her vision, her goals. Every woman that knows that there is more in her inside, but have not been able to find That where exactly am I supposed to start from? I want to build this brand. I want to build this empire. I want to build this conglomerate. I want to do this. I want to do that. But where exactly am I supposed to start from? That is what this summit is all about. This summit is all about helping you bet this summit at this time. So sit back, don't entertain any sort of distraction whatsoever. Can we hear me now? I just saw someone said she can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Technical team, I'm going to need you to stay like really, really stand by more than you were doing. Can you hear me now? All right, I just need one answer before I proceed so that I'm sure that everybody can hear me, please. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, please, technical team, I need you on standby better than that. Thank you. All right, without wasting any much of our time, I want you to just go ahead and comment wherever you're watching this live stream from. Maybe you're watching from the United States of Ibadan, the United States of Ilorin. Which other United States do we have? Of Lagos, any United States that you're watching from, or if you're actually watching from the United Kingdom of Ife, you can also just go ahead and do that. I want to know where every single one of you is watching from. Yes, the starting point. I'm sure that many of you would have been wondering, okay, will I go to this summit and they will just tell me, just go and do this? Will I go to this summit and they will tell me, this is it. This is just go and start doing this. Nothing else, nothing more. Just go and do this. And the moment you do it, that is it. Some of you are even probably that is what you even want. You probably just want me to say, oh, okay, do you know what? Go and buy 1 cup of rice and start cooking it. No, that's not what we're going to do here. As much as we are starting, it is also important to build what will last. And at the end of this summit, that is what you'll be able to hold on to find your starting point while also building what can last. All right, the United States of Akure. Oh, okay. You're not even watching from your capital. Okay. The United States of Akure, the United States of Ekiti. All of you are now from the United States. No problem. Tonight, I'm going to start by talking about what I call one decision. And I want you to pay attention as much as you can do. Don't give in to any sort of distraction right now. I want you to listen with your heart. Make sure you have your jotter with you. Don't say you have magnet brain. You don't. That's the honest truth. You do not. So don't say that you have magnet brain. Get your jotter, get your pen, be seated in a position where you can write. Because, for some of you, even the exact thing that you should do will start dropping in your hearts right in the middle of this keynote session. So be that sensitive, be very sensitive. And like I said, we're going to start tonight by talking about what I tag one decision. For every human being in life, where you are and where you ought to be is not as far as you think. It is not really as far as you think, and everything can change in a twinkle of an eye by making just one decision. Your entire life can take a new route, can take another pattern by just taking one single decision. And that's one of the things that this summit will do for you. because the starting point summit is that, you know, when I put out the FAQs, one of the things I said is that it is for women that know that there is more to them, but do not know where to start from. So you may come here feeling overwhelmed, you may come here feeling confused, you may come here feeling stuck. In fact, some of you might have even been doing things that you know that, okay, this thing is not giving me the results that I want. But you know that there is this sort of void that you cannot really explain. It looks like you're doing something, but there is this sort of void that you cannot really explain. And you may be feeling please, you can keep using the comments so that I'm sure that everybody is with me. Okay, thank you. And I want you to know that you're not here by accident. Today, I'm not here to give you a perfect formula. I'm not here to tell you that, oh, you need to also other, you need to do better, you're too lazy, you can do that business better, you can launch that brand better, you can do this. Mm-mm. I'm not here to tell you other. Everybody now even wants to work, you know, the smart work and not the hard work. So I'm not here to tell you all of that. I'm just here to help you find your starting point to building a life of impact, genuine visibility, genuine influence that gives you fulfillment, and not the type where it looks like you're doing something, but deep within you, you know that there is this sort of void that you cannot really explain. It looks like truly you're doing something, but there is this sort of void that you cannot really explain where it is coming from. And people on the outside can actually be seeing you like, oh, this person I'm looking up to. This is the person I want to be like, because the person is, because you're doing great, but you know deep within you that that's not the sort of influence that you want to build. That's not the sort of impact that you want to make. Now, before I proceed, I want us all to do something, which is I want you to go ahead and write one thing that you know that you want to start, but you've not started for like the longest. Maybe you had the idea 10 years ago, you had it 3 years ago, you had it 6 months ago. Just one thing that you know that okay, I truly want to start this thing, but I don't know where to start from. I don't know how to start from. I don't know what to do. I want us all to go ahead and comment that. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you something. Let's go ahead and do that fast, fast, fast. Just one thing that you know that, okay, this thing, I truly want to start this thing, but how exactly am I supposed to start? How exactly am I supposed to launch this thing? What am I supposed to? Okay, you want to start building on LinkedIn. Do you know the funny thing? This thing you just commented, I was still thinking about it a few days ago. I think I need to also start building on LinkedIn. You see? Okay. I need somebody else. Mentor teenagers. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Okay, more. Go ahead. Don't, nobody's going to steal your idea. Don't worry. Don't restrict yourself because, oh, let them not steal my idea. Let them not go and start what I want to start. Okay, still time to impact people around you. Okay, to bring people together to see God. Great. Now, one thing I want you to know that if I add more comments, yes, to build your social media handle. Great. One thing I want you to see from every of these comments is the fact that you are certainly not the only one that wants to start something but have not found a starting point. That's one thing I want you to first know. You are not the only one. So you're not crazy. You're not lazy. You are not useless. Because if everybody has what they want to start and they've not started, does that mean all of us are useless? Does that mean all of us are lazy? No. It just happens that there are times that truly this thing sits in the deepest part of your heart, but you just don't know the starting point. And that's the power of one decision that I'm starting with today. The power of one decision. Because what one decision can do for you is it can either make or it mars your life. As much as many of you, okay, to build your career business, to continue your racing now, all of you have things that you want to start but certainly have not started. Now, one decision, just one decision, can either make or mar your life. And like I said in the beginning, where you are and where you want to be, the gap is not so much. And you see, what will take you from where you are right now to where you want to be is that one decision that you make. What decision gives you is that it gives you direction. What many of you have written right now is just something you have in your hearts. It is not something you've genuinely decided to do. It is just still sitting in an idea, a thought, which is totally different from decision. Are we together? Now, and what decision do for you is that it starts giving you direction. The moment you decide that you want to do something, you make a genuine decision to do something. Direction start flowing. See, life responds in alignment with the decision that you make. Now, a door can be locked for years and not open until someone decides to, twist the knob of that door. And the moment you make decision, direction start coming. Some of you have not found direction on how to go about the things that you genuinely want to do because you've not decided. You've not decided. You just thought that you want to. It is just a thought. It is still a thought. It is not yet a decision. It is still not yet a decision. Let me give you the realest example. Was when I wanted to do this summit. It started as an idea, it started as a burden, it was just floating around in my mind. But I made that decision that I'm going to do it, even when I did not know how I'm going to do it. Are we together? What I'm doing tonight is taking you through a process where you can, if you're able to follow me through at the end of my speech, you will be able to say, okay, this is exactly what I want to do first in order to build what will last concerning what I intend to start. Are we together? Now, decision gives you direction. If you decide to do this thing, direction begins to flow in that order. The moment I decided that I want to do the GlobaVox Annual Summit, direction started coming. Okay, how do you want to do it? Where do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? How, where, when, all those things does not mean they came alongside the decision I made. Are we together? Please, I need us to use the comments so I know that we are together. Yes, you can use the comment. You can use the comment. Now, the other thing that decision does is that it it rewires your identity. The other thing that decision does is that, yes, thank you. It rewires your identity, meaning that every decision you make is a vote towards the kind of life that you want for yourself. Yes, thank you. Every decision you make is a vote towards the kind of life that you want. Remember, I said that where you are and where you ought to be is not so far, and it is a decision that is standing in between them. Now, when you make a decision, you've just voted towards the side of where you ought to be. So, if you, for instance, for someone that said she wants to start her own bakery, for instance, if your decision is to, okay, let me probably go and learn it, you've taken a step further to the kind of person that you want to be. when you decide to speak up for someone that says she wants to mentor teenagers, when you decide to start speaking up for these young girls or young boys, you're taking a step further towards the kind of person that you want to be. So decision rewires your identity. Making decision towards the kind of person that you want to be, it start giving you an another, you know, another identity entirely different from the person that you know yourself to be. Some of you have different ideas about yourself. Some of you feel like, oh, you're just you're just the average person. You're, no, I can't be this, I can't be that, I can't be this. But let me tell you that what making decision does is that it rewires your identity. Are we together? Now, the last thing that making decision does is that it creates legacy. I want you to understand, that's why I'm breaking everything down, so that you will know that when it comes to decision, it is not just a thought. It is not just something you say in your mind and say, I think I want to have my own bakery. That's not you making a decision. That's not you making a decision. So I need you to know the importance and the power in one decision, just one. Just one decision can create a legacy. There are many people that you admire today. There are many people that you look up to on social media, maybe around you and all of that. All that they have created, all that they are, started by making one decision. It all started by making one decision. Now, the truth now is that after you probably might have said, oh, okay, yes, I will make a decision. And that is what I want every single one of you that have actually typed what it is that you want to start and you've not started. What I want you to do right now is to make a decision that I am going to start this thing. If you have your book with you, you can go ahead and write this today's dates and pledge allegiance that I have decided on the 30th of May 2025, I am going to build my own bakery. I want every single one of you to go ahead and do that. Make that decision now. Don't worry. I know that it is not a decision that will give you your flour and sugar and all of that. Yes, but make the decision first because that's exactly where you start building from. Yes, that's exactly where you start building from. It is one thing to make a decision, it is another thing entirely to implement your decision. There are two different things, like entirely two different things. Now, I'm sure that all of you here, there's nobody here that actually wants to make the decision and not implement it. Yes. So I believe that every single one of you wants to implement your decision. Yes. Now, if you've chosen to decide to do this thing, you've also chosen to implement that decision. What exactly will starting look like? Are we still together? Let's read the comments. Let me know if we're still together. Are we still together? All right. Okay. Now, what exactly will your starting look like after you've made this decision? After you've made this decision, what exactly will your starting look like? Can everybody still hear me, please? Okay. The network is a liar. Holy Spirit. Now, starting whatever it is, and as we proceed in this teaching, I want you to, whatever it is you want to start, put it at the back of your mind so that, let it be, should I say at the back of your mind now or at the front of your mind? Let it be at the front of your mind, don't put it at the back. So that as you are finding your starting point, you can relate it to what exactly you want to start. Do we get it? Yes. I want you to know that starting is not always loud. When you want to start something, it does not mean that, oh, you have the first thing you want to start, for instance, maybe you want to host an event. The very first thing you should do is to rent a stadium. That, oh, okay, I want to start big, I want to start great, so what I'm going to do is to rent a stadium. If we are going to strip off the word start from social media, from everything in life, starting is movement. Regardless of how big or small that movement is. Regardless, I'm going to say that again. Regardless of how big or how small that movement is, starting is actually you taking a step further. Are we together? Meaning that your starting does not have to always be loud. I was having a conversation with someone a few days back, and she was telling me how I think she commented on one of my posts, and she was telling me how she wants to actually start something and she feels like she needs lots of money. While that is genuine, when I began to think about it, I realized that that exact thing that she wants to start, she can actually start with not the exact amount that she needs, like how large and how big she wants to start it. Because many of you, the reason why you've not started what you want to start is because you think that starting has to be loud. You think that starting has to be massive. You think it has to scare you in a way that, oh, people are like, what's happening? No. But starting is not always loud. It is from you saying that internal yes to whatever it is that you want to do. It is you doing what? Saying that internal yes first. You see, every life defining moment always starts in solitude and not on the stage. If what you're chasing after is the stage, if what you're chasing after is, oh, I cannot start without a platform, I cannot start without the visibility, I cannot start without my name on the billboard, I cannot start without dignitaries, and you will never start. Never. Every life defining moment will always start from solitude, especially if you want to build something that will last, something that will transcend generations, that will transcend borders, not something that will fade away in the twinkle of an eye. It has to be from, that's your solitude place, that place where what you're doing is finding yourself. You're knowing what you're becoming and not where you're going first. Because trust me, you will never be able to define where you're going if you can't tell who you are becoming first. If you can't tell who you're becoming first, you might never be able to define where you're going. So if they ask you now that, oh, okay, what where exactly are you going? Like, what exactly do you want to do in life? And you don't even know you. And they're asking you what exactly do you want to do in life, and you don't know you. So how will you answer the question? So starting is you saying that internal yes, confronting yourself, and knowing that nothing will drop on your feet. It will not drop on your feet. It will not. It will not just drop, oh, on a platter of gold, and it's just right before you, your highness, have it. No, it will confront you. Studying whatever will confront you. It will confront your uncertainty. It will confront the fact that people you admire today, they did not just start. am I back on live? Technical, please can you confirm that for me? Another reason to not do this summit in this country again. Please, am I back on live? Okay, thank you. I don't know what happened to the network. So everybody can hear me now, right? Am I supposed to see the comments back? Okay, 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 okay. Thank you. All right. Without wasting much of our time, okay. Let me know the people that are actually following me. Where did I stop? If you were following me, you should be able to tell me where I stopped. You should be able to tell me where I stopped. Just say something you heard before the network. Just say something you heard. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh, okay, perfect. I like that you said it in the exact word I used. Starting will confront you, yes. It will confront your fears. It would confront, you know, every addiction to comfort that you already have. You don't want to push too far. If you want to start anything that will be meaningful and that will last, it will certainly confront you. Yes, thank you. So I said before I left, I'm going to give you four foundations to build on anything in place. You can go ahead and start. Yes. Can we still hear me? All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. If you can't tell where you're going, yes, it will be difficult to tell. Yes. Thank you. So, four foundations you can build on that will help you find your starting point. Don't start anything until you have these four foundations. You know, as much as you have the fear of uncertainty, as much as you have, this perfectionism in disguise, because that's some of the reasons why many of you have not started anything. As humans, we love to be told what to do one way or the other, so that if anything goes wrong, that person is going to be the one to take the blame. So when someone tells you, oh, go ahead and do this thing, and then maybe something goes wrong with that idea or that advice they've given you, you'll be like, I said it. Did I not say it? Did I know this? Did I know that? So sometimes, while some of you are not starting anything, is because that lack and fear of the uncertainty of what will become of what you want to start. That fear is right there. Some of you are perfectionists. Not even that you're perfectionists in the true sense. It's just that you're trying to be perfectionist in some aspect of your life, which include you starting this thing that can give impact and that can build you visibility and build influence. You just want to don't worry, let me have more money. Some of you excuse you that, oh, let me have more money, let me grow much older, let me be more wiser. Or you have all the excuse in life, perfectionism. And the one that, I tried to do my survey and I realized that one of the reasons why people don't even start things is comparison. And then I begin to think about it. How exactly will you compare a brand that started 2 years ago to a brand you're just starting? It will never make sense to me. Like it will never make sense. Never ever. It won't. Because even if the brand started 6 months ago and you are just about to launch this brand, because social media nowadays is not even for entertainment anymore. It now looks like social media is the yardstick of measuring, you know, that's what people are now using to measure their worth. That's what people are using right now to measure their worth. It is no longer to just go there and just entertain yourself. People are there, hey, you must see this girl. Hey, see this girl, I'm older than now, and I'm this, and I'm that. All they'll have everything to say. And it just keeps holding you back because all you're doing all the time is comparison. You keep comparing, you keep overthinking. Some of you, you will never say anything with your overthinking ability. You will overthink and overthink and overthink and overthink. Hey, what if they say the color is not fine? Hey, what if nobody buys from me? Eh, what if nobody reads the book? What if nobody listens to the song? What if the teenagers disrespect me? What if you will keep thinking and thinking and thinking until you wake up one morning and you will realize that you're in your 70s? Until you wake up one morning, and then the funny thing is you still have people to blame. You say, it's my mommy, it's my daddy, it's my boyfriend at that time, it's my friend. You have all the excuses, but trust me, you would only have yourself to blame with whatever your life turns out to be. Right now, for every single person on this live stream, I want you to know that you have the full responsibility of whatever your life turns out to be. Yes, you might still be living with your parents, you might still be, getting feeding allowance and all of that. But whatever your life turns out to be, it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Yes, it is. So, four foundations that, if you have these four foundations in your starting, please just go ahead. Number one, clarity. Now, before you begin anything, I'm going to repeat it. Before you begin anything, be clear about what you want to start. And when I mean be clear, I mean be able to define what you want to do. Some of you don't genuinely want to start a business. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know what you want to do. After the summit to me walking you through up until the very end of you starting whatever it is you want to start. Because I realized that as many of you said, oh, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do that, genuinely, you're not clear about what you want to do. And where there is no clarity, energy is scattered. Where there is no clarity, your energy is scattered. You will keep doing this, 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 and you will never be able to like successfully do anything up until the very end because you're jumping from this, you're jumping from this, you're jumping from this. Let me tell you all a very funny story. So during COVID period, I am a very industrious person, not to sound proud, but I don't like staying idle. Like my head is always thinking. I don't like staying idle. A couple of days ago, I was telling my mentor that summits that I'm planning, I've not even done the summit. My head is already thinking of the next phase, the next thing to do after the summit. I'm like, Mama, are you sure I don't have a problem? Are you sure that I'm not doing too much? Because I don't like staying idle. I don't like not doing anything right now. Why is people are waiting for me? So during COVID period, I thought to myself that okay, let me start a business. Let me to be doing something. You get it? First, I went to learn makeup. People should not laugh at me. We listen, we don't judge. Don't judge me. I learned makeup. Like I actually know how to do a full glam makeup. I had my makeup box and everything. And I started doing makeup for people. And when I come back from some job, I will tell my mommy how oh My do somebody will stand and do so one person face. So I'm not sure that this makeup is my way. Oh. I'm not sure that this makeup is my way. Cause listen, I did not have clarity of what I want to do. I just wanted to, just something that will be giving me money. And that's what some of you are doing. Once you want to start, it's not like you're genuinely clear about it. It's not like you know the reason why you want to do it. Some of you are just looking for what will give you money. Some of you are looking for what will give you respect. Some of you are just looking for what will earn you a name in society. I started doing makeup. After a while, I had a full makeup box. Like I had my own makeup box. After a while, I stopped doing makeup. Don't judge me. COVID was still on, and I thought, okay, what exactly am I supposed to do again? I started another business. This business that I started, I think everyone has stolen my business. So I will buy Holy Spirit. It's so funny remembering it now. I will buy can anybody hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Please let me know.
Can anybody hear me now? Can anybody hear me now?
All right. Thank you. So, okay, I think I was telling you all the story. So after I started my um what am I going to call it now? Makeup. It did not go well because what do you mean I should be standing and be decorating just one person's face till like forever? I wanted to start something. I wanted to start making money. I wanted to start doing something for myself, and that was why I started doing makeup. But I was not really clear about what I wanted, and that's why I said that if you don't know who you're becoming, you will not be able to tell where you're going. It's just the truth. If you don't know who you want to become, and that's why some of you will do this one, do this one, do this one. When you're supposed to concentrate all your energy, like I said, when there is no clarity, energy is scattered. When you're supposed to concentrate all your energy to be able to build one thing that will sustain you and that will last, you're trying this, you're trying this, you're trying this. Yes, myself, I am guilty. That's how I started another business. So I will buy chocolate, the powder chocolates. I will buy powdered milk, and then I will buy sugar. And I will repackage it as 3 in 1. Funny enough, Cadbury 3 in 1 had not started in existing then. I don't know if it was, but it was not like really secular, like everywhere the way it is right now. I meant it. Maybe if I was serious with it then, maybe it's me that would have owned that brand. Can you see why if you don't know who you're becoming, you will not know where you're going? I started that I would package the cowbell. No, it's not cowbell. I will buy like from manufacturers chocolate powder, milk powder, and sugar. I don't know if there's anybody here that even saw my packaging. I was very serious with it though. I did branding, I did flyers, and all of that. One day I will look for that flyer. I will look for that flyer. And I started taking it to shops of like people that sell provisions and all those stuff to sell it. But I did not nobody really bought it. Then I stopped. I learned another thing. I kept learning different things. Like different things. Right now, there are times where I see people. You saw it. Thank God I have weakness. There are times where I see people in business and I'm like, you say you don't want to make business, you don't want to make money, but I know that that's not who I am. So now, for instance, let me give you another example. So two people wants to start a brand. I want to paint what I mean by clarity for you. So two people wants to start a brand, and one person says, "Okay, I want to start a brand that will help small business owners to build digital, maybe digital visibility." Okay, so what this brand is about is, helping young business owners to find clarity. So what this brand is about is helping young business owners to find to build digital visibility. So if you're a small business owner, I can help you, make your brand popular and go global. That is what one person says she wants to do. And the other person says, "Oh, okay, I want to build a brand, a bit of lifestyle, um, maybe faith talk, and business tip." Which one do you think will build faster? Which of these two people will build faster? So one person says, "Oh, the first person says, "Oh, I want to help small business owners to build digital visibility." And the second person is saying, "Oh, I want to start a brand, a bit of lifestyle, some business tips, and maybe faith talk." Between these two people, which person do you think will build faster? Let me see your response. Yes, I want to see your response. I want to see your response. The first person, exactly. That is clarity. Now, this first person might not even know how she's going to achieve all these things that she has said, but she is clear on what she wants to do. Some of you are not clear on what you want to do. Everything in your head is money. Everything in your head is how they will call you mama. Everything in your head is how they will be, how people can post your picture with long caption. What can you do so that people can post your picture with long caption? Or that's what you're thinking. You're not really clear on what exactly you want to do. Yes, you want to even probably um, build a bakery, but you're still not clear why you want to build a bakery. So ask yourself, who are you trying to serve? For whatever business it is that you want to do, whatever thing it is you want to start, I want you to ask yourself question number one. If you have your writing pen, please make sure that you write these questions. Question number one is, who am I trying to serve? Who am I trying to serve? Okay, so I think someone said the other time how what she wants to do is racing. I saw racing. Yes, to continue your racing business. Funny enough, there was a time that racing was a pandemic on TikTok. I don't know, maybe it's like everywhere, but on TikTok there was a time that there was a racing pandemic. Almost everybody was turning to a racing artist, racing, racing, racing. And funnily, today I came across a post on TikTok, and the lady was saying how she's not just a racing artist, but she called herself, how did she say that? She's a holistic racing artist. How she's not just doing, how what they use racing to do mostly is just to do jotter, to do pen, to do key holders and all of that. And she was saying how what she is doing with racing is to preserve memories, and how You can bring things that you don't want to lose. Oh God, when I saw that post, I'm like, this is what I'm saying. When people should be able to know, like clearly know what they want to do. And she was saying how you can bring things that are valuable to you that you don't want to lose, and she can help you like put it in a racing, how that thing can stay forever and ever. So who exactly are you trying to save? Who? Question number two is, what problem are you solving? Whatever it is you want to start has to solve a problem. If you're just starting anything for starting sake, see, you will do it till eternity and it will not get any results because this life is too complicated for you to just be existing and doing nonsense. Nobody will pay attention to you. But when you look for a problem and you're fixing it, certainly you have the attention of humans. So, what problem are you trying to solve? Number three is, what is the message you want to bring, regardless of what it is you want to start? What exactly is the message you want to bring? Why should we listen to you? Why should we buy from you? Why should we be interested in you? Why should we? Why? Why? What message do you want to bring? What clarity helps you to know when to say yes and when to say no. It helps you to know when to say yes and when to say no. What are the things to say yes to? Can we all hear me? So clarity will help you know when to say yes and when to say no. So some of you are about to start a brand, that you're about to start something that you will be tossed to and fro because you're not even clear about it. You're not clear. So number one, you must have clarity. Number two, conviction. Now, I might dwell a little bit on this more than I expect, but I do hope that I'll be able to like brush it up ASAP. Conviction. Now, conviction, I'm going to call it that inner fire that will keep you moving even when there is no visibility. When the validations are not there, when the accolades are not there, when the sales is not there, when the respect that you're looking for is not there, when the people chasing after you is not there, conviction is what will help you to keep moving. Some of you are clear about what you want to start, but you're not convinced. Genuinely, you're clear. You know that, okay, this and this and this is what you want to do, but you are not convinced. And for whatever thing it is you want to start, you need conviction. As even if it's just as little as you wanting to start a community, you need conviction. Because what if the number of people that you're expecting are not the number of people that join your community? What will you do? What if the turnout when you start the brand is not what you expect? What will you do? You need conviction. And what conviction do is that it helps you to stand tall and your voice is not shaking even when doubt fills the place. And that conviction will separate curious people from committed people, because some of you are just actually curious about, okay, what's it, let me start a community, maybe everybody will start running after me like they are doing, me too, let me start this, let me start sewing, let me start baking. You're just curious to know what the end thereof will look like. You're not actually convicted. And when there is no conviction, it will be very difficult for you to stay committed to that thing that you've started. It will be very, very difficult. Let me give you much more realistic example, like a right now example. So in the summit group, We have how many people? Can we all see hear me? So we have about, let me see, where's the book? I want to give you like right now, example. 192, 192, 17 people on this live stream. 192 people on that group. That's about 200 people, and we have just 17 people on this group. Trust me, it is not because it's coming from me. I'm not moved. Oh God, I don't know how best to explain this conviction part to you. If we have just one person on this live stream with the same passion, with the same vigor that I prepared for this summit, is the same way I'm going to tell the person everything that I have prepared to say. Because I am convinced, like the fire of the summit is burning in my inside. That's conviction. So that even if it's just one person that is here, I will still speak with the same passion. Some of you, if what you want to do, for instance, is to start a prayer meeting, that is what has been in your heart for the longest to start. And maybe on the very first day of the prayer meeting, just one person showed up. If that prayer meeting was supposed to last for 1 hour, you would do the prayer meeting for just 10 minutes. Or let me even say you would even be generous and do the prayer meeting for just 30 minutes. Just because it is one person. You see, let's just thank God, let's just pray and go. Well, if you add the number of people that you expected, in fact, you might even exceed the 1 hour that you had prepared. That is what lack of conviction does. That is what lack of conviction to your vision, to your dreams. That's exactly what it does. Conviction. When I was preparing for this, I was actually thinking, okay, one realistic example is Hilda Bassett. So Hilda Bassett believed in her skills and she was convinced before people started gathering where she was doing her cooking challenge. She was first. So if nobody had showed up to, give her all the applause, the support, and all of that, would she had given up and said, "Oh, okay, I'm no longer doing this challenge again"? That's conviction. So, are you genuinely convinced about what it is you want to start? It is not arrogance that people can be telling you, "Oh, what are you doing?" and you're still standing tall and strong in what you've chosen to start. Are you convinced? So, I want you to ask yourself this question: if the applause never come, if what you want to start never become trendy, would you still do it? That's the next question I want you to ask yourself. If it never becomes trendy, would you still do it? Because some of you, what you're doing is because you know that, oh, okay, maybe one day, me too, I'll become popular. But what if what you want to start now, that thing that is in your heart to start now, what if it never trended? Think about it first. What if it never trended? Would you still want to do it? Would you still want to do it? What if it never brings the accolades the way you want it? Would you still want to do it? It's conviction that will turn your belief into bravery. It is what will help you stand, even when you have reasons to doubt. but you're convinced, even if it's just one person in this summit right now with this live stream, I will still continue because there is a conviction right about this thing that I have started. It's not just you people hear that, oh, you probably have this. For me, this summit as well, for me, is also my starting point. And this is me taking you through the process of actually starting something. One, finding your clarity. Why do you want to do it? Who are the people that I want to serve? I had my why. I had the message. I had the problem I want to solve, the problem of uncertainty, the problem of stagnancy, the problem of not getting results, the problem of people having. And then there is the conviction that regardless of what it is, we are going to do it. Are we together? So I want you to type to me the things that you've heard so far. Let's go ahead and do that. One thing that you've heard so far. One thing that you've heard so far before I proceed. Before I proceed, one thing that you've heard so far. Alright. Now the third foundation, I hope we're all writing. The third foundation is courage. 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 This one, I feel like for some of you, for that thing that you want to start, that thing that you want to begin, some of you have clarity, some of you have conviction, but what you lack right now is courage. You are clear about what you want to do, you're convinced, even if nobody is clapping for you, even you answered the question, or even if you never trends, what will you do? Yes, you have answered. You know, I'll still continue and all of that, but you know that what you lack is courage. Now, while clarity would give you direction, while conviction will help you to define your belief, what courage will do is to get you in the room. And what I mean by get you in the room is that what courage will do is that it will help you to actually start that thing. I want you to know that courage is not the decision to act when probably there is no fear, but that you're scared, you have uncertainties, you have your doubts, and all of that. You have reasons that even seem to be looking like they are legitimate, but you still choose to act. That is courage. What some of you lack is actually courage. You are still waiting for somebody to come and push you. And this world that we are in right now, it looks like everybody is busy with their life. It looks like literally everybody is fixed. Nobody is having time to come and push one person. In fact, everybody wants to be pushed. Everybody is looking for, oh, me, so I'm looking for who to push me. So if you're waiting for somebody to push you, you might never get that push that you want. Now, what courage help you to do is that it can help you to face your fears. You want to start this thing, you are clear, you're convinced, but you don't have the courage. You're still thinking, what will people say? How will people feel? How will I succeed in it? What if nobody buys? What if the book do not turn out right? What if the song people do not listen to the song? What if the movie is not interesting? What if people do not patronize me? All that fear What courage now does is that even in the midst of all that fears that you have, even in the midst of all that uncertainties that may seem but never legitimate, you still take the step further. Are we together? I want to be sure that everybody can hear me. Please let me know in the comments if we're still together. Courage, clarity, conviction, courage. Are you clear about what you want to start? Are you convinced? Do you have the courage? Courage is stepping out even in the face of fear. Courage is stepping out even in the face of fear. For you, your manifestation of courage can just be you designing that flyer for the brand. Yes, you don't have all the money yet. Yes, you don't even have the potential customers yet. Yet, you don't even have the followers yet. But you will choose to make your first post. You will choose to drop that first write up. You will choose to go ahead and write the first chapter of that book. You will choose to go ahead and compose the first line of that song. You will choose to sit down and write out that script. You will choose to go ahead and sort for, suppliers of that business that you want to start. Courage. That your fears are present right there with you, but you do not let them handicap you. You do not let your fears overwhelm you. You do not let your fears subject you to its own limits. Like I said, whatever your life turns out to be is your responsibility. So it is your responsibility to choose courage over fear on your journey to starting something, on your journey to building that vision. If you keep choosing your fears over and over again, trust me, you will forever stay stuck. Nobody, I repeat, nobody started anything that looks to be impactful right now, that looks to be, things that you are wowed about. Nobody started it without having fears present. Nobody. I had my fears when I wanted to start this summit. Like in my head, I'm like, ha. In fact, I wanted to start it physical. I wanted to start it physical. And since my fears kept pushing and saying, don't do it, don't do the summit, don't do it, don't do it, leave it, nobody asked you, nobody this, nobody that, nobody will attend, and all those things that were whispering in my head, I said I'm going to, regardless. I stepped out and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this very first edition to be a virtual one, and that will be the end. Never virtual again. Never ever. Never ever. Courage. That your fears are right there. They are screaming in your head, but you still choose to take a step. Courage. So, can we list the three foundations I've mentioned so far? The three foundations I've mentioned so far. I'm waiting, I'm waiting. We have like really limited time before the panel session. Thank you. Clarity, conviction, and courage. And now the fourth foundation is consistency. The fourth foundation is consistency. I want you to know that it is consistency that will separate what I call potential and performance. Some of you, after the summit, I know you will go ahead and genuinely, out of the honesty of your heart, will genuinely start that thing that you want to start. But I want you to know that starting requires consistency. It is this consistency that will separate what I said, potential and performance. Because the discipline to keep showing up, hmm, Jesus, is not for the weak. It is not to keep showing up over and over and over and over again when it feels like you are invisible. Consistency. And I've seen many people fail at what they started, not because they were not clear about it, not because they were not convinced about it. Luckily, they even had the courage to start it, but they were not consistent. Do you know that probably if I had stayed consistent with my makeup, I'll be, no, it's not even I might. I don't want to use the word might. I will be a successful makeup artist by now because COVID happened in 2020, right? That's like how many years after? Like 5 years there, about 2021, 2023, 24, 25. If I was building a brand for good 5 years, trust me, I will be a successful makeup brand by now. That is consistency. But the first 1, 2 years might, in fact, first 1 to 3 years, you want to start a brand today and you want that brand to be everywhere. You want the name to be flying over the brands that already exist, have been existing even before you launched your own brand. It does not work that way. Genuinely. Consistency. Many people have failed because they refuse to be consistent with what they've started. Because they refuse to stay through to what they've started. So an example, one situation happened where I think somebody said she wants to be building on LinkedIn the other time. So this woman was posting on LinkedIn, she was posting about leadership, all those thought provoking things about leadership on LinkedIn for like 12 months consistently, and it felt like she was invisible. It felt like, oh, people were not really noticing her. And you know how it is very hard to build visibility on LinkedIn. It's not like TikTok, it's not like Instagram self. LinkedIn is another word on its own. And she was posting and posting and posting and posting and posting consistently on LinkedIn for 12 months. On one day, a CEO of a big industry came across her profile and was amazed at the consistency of what, and like, how is somebody posting every week and for an entire year without giving up? Like, how? And he invited her to come and speak at the industry, I think end of the year, and that was it for her. Like, that was where she was able to meet, dignitaries, reputable people, and all of that. But she stayed consistent. It is not luck. It is not, oh, is luck just favored her? No, that is loyalty to your vision. Some of you are not loyal to your vision. You're showing up today. The next time we're seeing you is next 3 months. So let me give you much more. something that you can think about. So because I do it all the time. Let's say for instance you want to buy something from a vendor on Instagram. Anybody has ever bought something from a vendor on Instagram yet? Let me see your hand. Let me know if you've ever bought something from an Instagram vendor. Anybody? Anybody? If you've ever bought something from, you bought it online basically, but majorly maybe let's say Instagram. Anybody? Nobody has ever bought something from an Instagram vendor. Anybody? Are we still here? You have trust issues. You have trust issues. So nobody has ever bought something. Okay, you have on TikTok. Great. So now, let's say you want to buy something from an Instagram vendor and you got to their page and you're seeing that the last time they posted is, let's even say, December 2024. Will you go ahead and send them an Instagram message that, oh, I want to buy something? If you know, will you go ahead and still send them a message? Do you get it? Like, it is the God forbid. It is the God forbid. Like, there is absolutely no need any longer. It has happened to me like a couple of times. Like, when I want to buy something from an Instagram vendor and I'm seeing that their last post, in fact, if your last post is 3 months ago, I'm not sending you a message. I don't really care what happened to you. I don't care why you stopped posting, but I am certainly not sending you. Why am I sending you a message? For what? You that you did not post three. Do you get it? Like consistency. Consistency to your message, consistency to the vision. Many of you have tried so many things and you failed at it, not because that thing that you tried, not because that thing that you started do not have the ability to succeed, but you gave up too soon. You gave up too soon. Oh no, you gave up too soon. So it was just too soon. It was just too soon. I mean, your too soon can be a year. Your too soon can be 2 years. It can be a year, it can be 2 years. You gave up extremely too soon. Because why? That's consistency. Until you're able to build on these four things: clarity about the vision, about what exactly it is you want to start, you know, conviction, courage, and consistency. So ask yourself, what is that thing that you would keep doing even if you don't feel like it? So now you want to open your own bakery. If you don't feel like baking, because for instance, let me use this bakery thing as an example. Those are the kind of jobs or business where you have to create samples. Sometimes people will not even order from you. You have to be the one to create your own samples first to post. So if nobody orders from you the first month, the second month, the third month, will you still keep creating samples? I remember when I started learning my makeup then, you have to bring, when I was still learning before, okay, yes, I can now do makeup. You have to bring your model to every day, at least 4 times in a week. My boss then she will not happy. You must bring model. You must bring model. You must bring someone that you want to do makeup on that person's face. So I have to beg everybody, every friend, every enemy. I will beg all of them, come and be my model, come and be my model. When I was done learning, I still had to buy makeup products and do free makeup for people, because how will people know I can do makeup if I don't do makeup for people and they see it? I take pictures, I post and all of that. But you know what? I gave up. I was not consistent. I was not consistent. So as much as you want to start whatever it is you want to, start doing, can you stay consistent with it? Can you stay true to it? Because life reward consistency. It is not luck. It is not, oh, it just happened by chance, Jerry. It's just a luck that shine. No, life will always reward consistency. The foundation of clarity, of consistency, of courage, and conviction is not what, oh, they are not negotiable. You must have it. So imagine after this very first edition of GlobaVox Summit, I go into extinction. I stop showing up. If I call for this meeting next year, some of you will not even answer me. You know, right? It's just, it is not that you want to not answer me, but it is just not there. I've not, configured myself. I've not put myself enough in your faces to know that you need to be part of this summit. Consistency, clarity, so that you don't have your energy scattered. Conviction, so that when people are telling you, what are you even doing, self? What are you doing? Give up. Is nobody will buy from you. When people have all the negative things to say, you can still stand tall for yourself and believe in your vision. Courage to step up even before you are ready. That, oh, I'm not yet ready. Even before you are ready, in quotes. Courage, you need it so that you can step up and start doing the things you need to do, not waiting for the time you're ready, because there is never a perfect time. That's the honest truth. There is never a perfect time to do anything. And consistency, so that you can build trust, you can stay true to your vision and loyal to your dreams. Now, I want to end this by saying, whether you start your dreams, whether you start building that brand, whether you start making that name, whatever you choose, whatever side of the pendulum that you choose, I want you to know that you're becoming what I call a template. Now, Holy Spirit help me. You're becoming what I call a template. I received some message this morning. All these my well wisher people with, oh mama, well done. Today is the summit day. All those long messages that they used to send. People that sent it, thank you. But one funny thing I realized is that as much as I had my fears, as much as I had my uncertainty and all of that, the decision to start made many people realize that it is possible to also start whatever thing they are sitting on. So whether you choose the pendulum of staying in your comfort zone, or you choose the other side of confronting yourself and stepping out and doing the things that you need to do even when you're not ready, you're becoming a template. So what kind of template do you want to become? When people see you, what should they think about? Should they see a woman that is defeated? Should they see a woman that did not stand when she should have? Or should they see a woman that tells them, not in words only, that it is possible to build from the scratch something that would be meaningful? What kind of templates do you want to become? Do you want people to see a woman that her life speaks that, irrespective of the fears, irrespective of the uncertainty, irrespective of how messy, how tiring, how frustrating it can be, that it is possible to build from the scratch and build something that is meaningful? You're becoming a template. You're becoming a map to somebody else out there. It can be your younger sister. It can be your friend. It can be people that you don't even know that they are looking at you. You don't need to have it all together. If you're waiting to have it all together, trust me, that time may never come. It may never come. you would keep waiting and keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. But that perfect time, that time to have it all together, that time without you're waiting for to have the capital. Let me edit my YouTube video. Let me wait until I have one that can help me to sound mix. Then all that excuses that you can have that sound legitimate, it may never come. Because growth happens because you move, not before you move. I'm going to say that again. Your growth will happen because you move, not before you move. It won't happen before you move. Changes will begin to occur in how you do things. The brand will keep getting better. The name will keep growing bigger. The influence will keep, it will keep expanding. Everything will keep going, transcending generations and borders because you moved, not before you move. It is exactly not before you move. So if there is a perfect time you're waiting for, it will never come. Never, never come. So I want to tell you today that thing that you've written at the beginning of this live stream, that thing you said, oh, this is what you want to start and all of that, start it. Stumble if you must. In fact, fail if need be, but start. Start. Don't stay where you are. Do whatever it is you need to do. It takes you a step further. The very first edition or version of whatever it is you're starting now is a seed of the betterment of that thing. And if you do not plant that seed, nothing is ever going to grow. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is ever going to germinate or grow if you do not start that thing. So you have to start it. Because in moving is where the growth happen. In moving is where the growth happens. Are we together? I want you to go ahead and type something that you've heard tonight. I want you to go ahead and type the things that you've heard tonight. I'm waiting. All right. In moving is where growth happens. I'm waiting for more people. All right. So now, whatever it is you wrote in the beginning of the live stream that you're going to start, find your starting point. Where exactly do you want to start this thing from? Some of you, your starting point is going back to find clarity about that thing. Because genuinely, you're not even clear about it. You're not even clear about it. Genuinely, you're not clear. Some of you, your starting point is finding conviction about that thing. That if the accolades never come, if it never became trendy, if it did not bring the applause that you want, will you still stay through to it? Will you still stay through to it? Find your conviction. For some of you, your starting point is gathering yourself together and developing the courage you need. The courage you need. The courage you need to start and to step out. And stepping out indeed, like practicalizing it, not just saying, oh, I'm now courageous, I can do it, but actually stepping out and doing it. And for some of you, your starting point is staying consistent to that thing that you even already seem to have started. Staying consistent to it. Staying consistent to it. Do we understand? All right. So we are going to take questions now. I'm going to bring TPO back on. If you have questions, you can type them. TPO, you can go ahead and take the questions while I settle with the panelists.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Please do also let me know if you can hear me. Make use of the chat box. Hello everyone. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. All right. So I want to believe you had a wonderful time during that session. Mama really, really took her time to, break things down and emphasis on conviction, clarity, and courage. So yes, I'm very sure that you have a number of questions, and yeah, you have the stage. Do well to drop your questions in the chat box. Let's ask them so that you get the adequate answers. You can share your questions. I'll be waiting to hear from you. What are those things that you're confused on? Probably a question that popped up during the session, something you need clarity on. Bring it on. This is your opportunity to ask and get responses to them. Okay, so if you have a question, you can bring it on. I don't believe you're typing. Don't signify if you have a question so that I would know. You can signify if you have a question. And well, those who have questions, bring on their questions. I'd like us to celebrate Mama, celebrate her. Really appreciate that. I mean, that session was very, very, she took her time to really break things down. No, there's never a perfect timing. And this is just that right time to, get on track. So yeah, I want to see your celebrations in the chat box. I want to see your celebration in the comment section. I want to see your celebrations in the comment section. The panel session will begin soon. So yeah, while we bring that on, celebrate our. I'm still waiting, I'm still waiting. Celebrate our, celebrate our, celebrate our. If you are here and you are not celebrating our, you are very, very wrong. I know how many people are here. So yeah, celebrate our. If you were blessed by that session, I should even be telling you to celebrate our. God bless you so much, ma. And for those of you who ask questions, please do also let me know. Is it that nobody has any question? Any questions? Any contributions? You have the floor. Questions, contributions. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Okay, so let's see hold on and see if some people will bring on questions. We'll continue, but yeah, bring on your questions if you have. We would attend to them. All right. So we are going to be having the panel session next. Who is excited? Who is excited? Who is excited? Let me see your excitement in the comment section. Who is excited? This panel session, we all saw the powerhouses on the flyer. Jesus. It was screaming power. Somebody type power. Power with, you know, emphasize our powerhouses. I mean, who else is excited? Who else is excited? Let me see your excitement in the comment section. Let me see excitement. Let me see excitement. Yay! Ruth, sister Ruth is ready. Let me see the rest. Are you ready for the panel session? Don't worry. You don't even need to eat any food tonight. You don't need any food tonight. I love the energy. You don't need to eat any food. See, by the time you are done with the panel session tonight, you just be like, food is nothing. Food is absolutely nothing compared to what you are going to be eating tonight. So, are you ready for the panel session? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The panel session is not just a place for people to just come around and gist. Like, it is in the panel session that you pick out things. You know, okay, I think someone has asked the question. Okay, what if one wants to start with training people about a business or skill? All right. Mama will be answering that question. So yes, if you have more questions, bring them on. Bring them on. Let's have it. If you have more questions.
Can everybody hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. So the question, what if one wants to start training people about a business or a skill? One, what's the business you want to? Based on the foundations I've spoken about, if you're able to answer the questions, and that's why after the summit, I'll be giving a workbook as well. That's another like sort of intentionality. Now, what the workbook does is that if you sit with the workbook that I'll be giving after the summit, you will be able to not just find your starting point, but up until where you start making amazing and beautiful milestone. Now, if you want to start training people about a business and a skill, definitely you cannot start ignorant. That's not part of the things that you start and you're saying, oh, I don't even really know much, but they said I should start. No, saying you should start is that you've invested in the unseen work. Now, you want to start training people about business or a skill. How well do you even know that skill? Like, how well do you know about the business? Because, like I said earlier, some of you want to do some things because of the accolades. Some of you want to do some things because you probably want them to call you mama. Some of you want to do some things because, the applause should come. Have you invested your own starting point, one that wants to train somebody about a skill or a business, can be investing in the unseen work. How well do you know about the things that you want to teach people? How many courses have you taken about it? What are the results? Because people will always tend towards the side of results. With the knowledge you have about that skill, about that business as a person, what result have you generated to some extent? It does not have to be that, oh, you've already built an empire with it, you've already built a conglomerate. No, it does not necessarily have to be that. But what proof can you give us that you know about this business, you know about these skills. What proof can you give us? What can you show us? How can we know? That can be your starting point. Investing in the unskill, on the unseen work. I call it like that. The unseen work. You will not just show up and start putting out a flyer and telling people, "Oh, this class is 10,000. Come and pay." Nobody will pay. And then you will say, "Oh, they told me to start. Should I have started?" No, nothing. Nothing will certainly come. Nothing will come. It will not come. Invest in the unseen work. I'm going to say that again. Invest in the unseen work. B, there is something DDK said in our last meeting that I attended that really struck me. How you should have a PhD in yourself. I mean, know yourself to the extent that, while you can have BSc, then you have masters, and then you will not have PhD. Like, you not have PhD, have a PhD in yourself. People that are very close to me know that one of the saying I would always say is that there is nothing beautiful about mediocrity. So that you want to start messy, you want to just start, you want to just, launch out, you want to let your fears not hold you back and be courageous, does not mean that you should now be playing around with mediocrity, something that you can be excellent in. Do you get it? Thank you. I'm going to assume that you did. The person that asked the question.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma, for answering that question. All right, I'm very, very sure that you all paid attention to that. One of the things that she mentioned, work, and she also mentioned that, have a PhD in yourself. So I believe that you've learned a lot from, that question. And even if you are not the one that asked that question, you should have drawn a number of things from the answer she gave. All right. So is there any other person with any question? Let's do that quickly. Do well to drop your questions. All right. Do well to drop your questions if you haven't dropped. Drop any questions you have. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay, so do well to drop your questions so that they will be attended to right before we dive into the panel session. Okay, okay. I don't want to conclude that there is no question yet. I don't want to conclude that there is no one with a question yet. But in case you have any question, let's do well to make it snappy so we will move on to the next thing. So the panel session is officially going to be beginning by 8 p.m. Are you tired? Are you tired? Let me know in the comment section. Should we just call it a night here and just go and, go and rest, go and chill? Or we should power fire on? Let me see you in the comment section. Are you tired? Are you tired? Or we should move on? Are you tired? Ha! Everybody has disappeared, okay? Hey, hey. Where are you? Okay. Alright. Alright. So, our panelists are very much ready. Okay, so since we should fire on. So I take it that we are not tired. We go. We have come too late to turn back. Okay, so our panelists are going to be coming up pretty soon, and I want us to start clearing the ground right before they come on. I want us to start clearing the ground. Okay, you people are coming on now. That's beautiful. All right, so I want us to start clearing the ground before they come on. And we are going to be celebrating them in the comment section. If you know the names of any of them, do well to type it out. And if you don't, just go ahead and celebrate them because we'll be bringing them on very soon. And I'm very sure this session promises to be a very, very impactful one. Okay, so you know what I told you now, and you know how we do it. Your activeness is very important. the panelists are coming, and this is not a physical event. So the only way you can let them know that you're following, the only way you can let them know that okay, you are paying attention, is by following everything they are saying, following everything, following all the details, answering when you need to answer. Just show that you are following because they are actually here. And guess what? You didn't pay for this event, all right? You didn't pay for this event, so the least you can do is actually be active, okay? So, with Jesus' joy in your heart, let's begin to welcome the panelists. Let's begin to welcome them. Let's begin to welcome them. Let's begin to welcome them.
Amazing. Hi, everybody. Hello. I know that I can't hear your response, but I want to feel your energy in the comment section. So I want to feel all of that energy. So just bombard me with a lot of comments, a lot of emojis. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Oluwalayomi. You have been such a great moderator, and it's such a pleasure to be taking off from where you left. Hi, my name is Ayomide. My name is Ayomide Ilegbemi, if you do not know me already, and I will be your panel anchor for today. So I want to see your energy in the comments. I want to feel your energy. So please drop an emoji, drop a comment if you are ready to learn as much as I am. So I want to feel that energy. And I know I joined a few minutes early because I wanted to, get in a lot of what was being taught today. And I learned so much. I learned so much. So shout out to GlobaVox. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for this beautiful initiative. It's such a pleasure, yeah. And I think that we need so much more of this, so much more of this beautiful initiative to encourage young people like me, because I'm also young, that it is not too late to start. You do not need to overthink starting. Yeah, you should start where you are. Start at whatever point you are at. Yeah, don't overthink it. I saw one post somewhere that said something like, any idea you have, launch it immediately. Because when you start spending time thinking about the idea, the new version of you might not align with that old idea in quotes anymore. And you do not know who that old idea could have resonated with. You do not know who that old idea whose life that old idea could have changed. So I think I need us to, hop on things immediately. Don't overthink it. If you ruminate on things too much, trust me, you're going to start thinking stuff like, do I even have the funds for it? If I start, oh, join. I'm sure if Global Box was thinking too much about this annual summit, she was like, if I start, who will join? If I do this, there are some people whose lives are going to change as a result of this annual summit. And I'm so glad she took that initiative. Yeah. So I need you all to, follow in her footsteps. Like she said anybody would start. You starting is showing like a template for others to follow. So I need us to leave this summit with something very important. Yeah. Start at whatever point you're at. Don't overthink it. You are not too young. You are not too old. I think I saw a post on Instagram the other day about who is this lady that she started something around the age of 40. She started, is it Moabudu? Yeah, I think she started a chain of hotels or something around the age of 40. Can you imagine? And people will be thinking, oh, I'm 30 something, I'm already too old, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. So you are never too young, you are never too old to start. Yep. I'm so excited and I'm so pumped because you guys are, giving me energy. Yeah, Moabudu, yes. So you are never too what? You're never too old to start. You're never too young to start. You're never too rich because some of you might be on this table. You're never too rich and you're never too broke. You're never too broke. I have a friend who started like a free school for children. And it's not like she's as rich as Dangote or as rich as, I don't know, I can't remember rich people right now. But she started with that vision in mind. And the funny thing is that if you start, or it's not even really funny, but the amazing thing is that if you start and you know that God has sent you with this vision, He will send the resources for you. That's the amazing thing. He will send the resources for you. You don't need to overthink, where would the money come from? Where would this come from? Where would that come from? God that sent you on that mission will send the resources, number one, the people, because community is very important. God will also send the people that will run with that vision as if God also gave them that vision. Have you seen people like that? People that will carry your matter on your head. Hey, the way they will carry your matter, you'll be like, is it me? Is it you that God gave that vision? So God would also send people, resources, it will send relationships, it will send the funds for that vision. So don't overthink it, okay? I hope this word is for somebody. Stop overthinking that thing. If you want to start teaching people how to learn crochet, how to, play music, how to do this, how to do that, start. Don't overthink it, okay? So I'm trying to wait for some of the panelists we have. We have amazing panelists. I don't know where GlobaVox was able to get them, but I was just reading through their bios and I was like, see powerful people. Are you guys ready? They are really powerful. They are power packed, fireful. They are fireful. I can't wait. So let me feel your energy in the comments. Hi Gloria. Hi Gloria Temitakbe. Hi, Victoria Inyelua. Hi, Chris. Hi, Susan. Susan Elogene. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce anybody's name, please. Hi, that Jesus baby girl. Hi, Isiaka Halimat. Okay. I like this energy. Hi, Uluwani Femi Precious. Okay. Hi, Gloria. I think I've mentioned Gloria Tintope. Hi, everybody. Hi, Shei Fumi Ayomide. Okay. What if? Okay, I think this question has been answered. So you guys, while we wait for our panelists, tell me something that stood out for you, something that struck you in the session so far. I think we've been like 2 hours into the session. Something you must have left with something. What is that one or two or three things you've left with? Please drop it in the comment. And let me see. Please drop it in the comments. I want to know because me now, I'm a panel anchor, Abi, but I've left with so many things. I'm like, I can't even imagine just joining. I've left with so many things. So I want to hear what have you guys left with? What have you left with? Or what are you going to live with? That's another angle. So drop something in the comment. Don't just drop fire emoji. Oh. You did not just leave the fire, even though fire is part of it. Yes, you left with fire to execute that vision that God has given you. What else have you, learned? What else have you caught? Mhm. Okay. I'm trying to read your comments. Please drop comment. Let me be sure that I'm not talking to myself. You get. Hi Ruth. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi, Anita. I like that Anita name. Maybe that would be my first child's name. Hi. So let me just give you a brief background as to the panelists we'll be having today while I wait for your comments because I must still see you guys comment. So first panelist is Falola Oinlola. When I was reading through her bio, I was just like, you guys, I don't know if you are ready because me, I'm ready. I'm already like in front. You guys have to catch up. Eh? I'm so consistency is the key. Okay, I will get to that point. Just keep dropping it. Then the next person we have is Ayomide Agbaje Honey. You feel that she's even my namesake. So I can even feel like a connection already. And then Isioma John Hope, CEO. Like we have big women. We have big women making waves in their industry tonight. I don't know if you are ready. I don't know if you're excited, but I am. I'm super, super excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, let me see. Consistency is the key. So let me tell you people a little story while I use light switch for my panelists. So this consistency is the key. Yeah. I don't know. We all at different times, felt like because we are not having enough engagement, we are not having enough likes on our posts, on our people are not viewing whatever it is we are doing. Okay, so for example, I'm into tech here, and sometimes it can be discouraging, applying for jobs or building in public, and you're not getting as much engagement as you would love to, and then you're about to give up, and then someone just texts you or someone just reaches out to you and like, oh, I saw your post somewhere, 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 and this, that. I don't know if it has ever happened to you, but it has happened to me. It has happened to me time and time again, and it just resonates with me, and it just clicked in my head that see, people that are not liking, they are not commenting. You, so how many people's posts do you like and comment? People, you too, they are like them. They are not liking, they are not commenting, they are not clicking, and you're complaining that people are not liking, they're not commenting, blah blah blah. People are also like you. Do you understand? But they are seeing these things. And repetition is like the order of the day. The number of times you repeat something, the number of times it will resonate with whoever sees it. Do you understand? So it's just like if they ask you to, mention maybe someone who sells bags, I'm sure a name will pop up in your head. And it's not necessarily because maybe they have the finest bags, but because maybe these people are posted often over and over and over again. And it just sticks somewhere in your mind. That's the power of repetition. You might not see the immediate results, but one thing with repetition is that it has a cumulative effect. It has a very, very cumulative effect, a very good cumulative effect. So I want it to be your encouragement this evening or whatever time for those in diaspora you get, because I know we have international audience here. Yeah. So I want it to be your motivation, something to keep you going. That don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the number of people that are applauding you. Don't focus on that, because honestly, if you focus on that, you will wear out. You would, you will tire out because the journey is still far. And like something I tell my friends is that with every season, there's like a wave of popularity. There's a wave of people in power. There's a wave of people. There's a wave of authorities. Basically, everybody has their own time. People that we are applauding today, 5 years ago, where were they? 10 years ago, where were they? There were other people that were taking the stage then. This is your building phase. Build well. Your time to shine is coming. If you don't build when you're supposed to build, when is your time to shine? The shine will not shine like that. It will not last. You see some people that they blew up untimely. I don't know how to put it. So for example, those of you don't drag me. I don't know if you've heard of this, pine, pinch, pine, pinch, pine. Some people they will just blow and they don't have that sustenance. Is it sustenance that is the word? They blew up prematurely. And one thing about prematurely is blowing up prematurely is that you won't be grounded. And when you're not grounded, you won't know how to undo that form of fame, that form of spotlight. So this is your time to keep doing the work. I was seeing a post about Tunde Onokoya. I think was it when he was in university or something like that, and it just resonated with me like, bro, this person we are admiring now, he spent over 10 years on this thing without fame, and it's going to look like to a lot of people that it's everywhere and all of that, but there have been days in silence. When did everybody start knowing me? Is it not like a few years back, just maybe 3 years back at most? 7 years ago, did we know of him? But he was there doing the work. He wasn't getting any applause for it, but he was still committed to showing up every day. And when that time, that limelight just came, his past works could speak for him. Have you ever seen someone blow up on Instagram like, oh, the video is so funny, they'll practically posted it, ever like posted it and all of that, and you're tempted to go to their page and to see other funny videos. And then you check their page and you not see anything. And you're like, you follow them? No. You don't follow them. But if you see, oh, past old videos, they're like, it's so funny, laugh, laugh, laugh. You see another one, laugh, laugh, laugh. Hmm. Okay, so we have some panelists here. I don't know why I can't see them. Oh. Sorry, give me a minute. Hi. Now I can see my amazing panelists. I was just going on and on. I was thinking, our panelists are not here yet. Hi, so pardon me. Hi, Falala. Hi, it's amazing to meet you. Hi, Ayomide. It's so amazing to meet with you. Can we see you? Can we see your faces, your beautiful faces? Hi. Yeah, I can see you. Hi. Good evening. How you doing? Please confirm that you can hear me.
Hi, good evening. Hi, Omidi. I can hear you clearly.
Hi. Yes, yes, yes. So we have Palala in the building. So drop some
Good
energy in the
evening.
comments. Hi, Ayomide. So drop some. Oh, my namesake. Oh my God. So drop some energy in the comments if you can hear them and if you can see them. So I'll be starting with mini mini manimo. I'll be starting with Palala. Hi, Palala. Can you hear me? So I heard of your Katangwa in Lorry thing, and I'm like, okay, that's amazing. So tell us, what sparked the idea? How did you know that okay, it was time to birth Katangwa in Lorry? So tell us a bit more about that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Ayomide. And thank you so much to the Global Fox for the opportunity to be here this evening. A little backstory for those that may not know. My name is Falola Lola and I'm the founder of Fallows Faculty. So one of the things that we do we do a lot, right? Even
Okay.
some things that we don't know that we'll still do that we might still do later in future, right? But one of the things that we do with there is that we sell thrifted clothing for females for now. And we started in 2021. And when we started in 2021, there was no really much of a vision or anything there. I was just a 100 level university student in University of Ilorin, and I just wanted to make money. And I saw thrift as an avenue to make money. So I was just
Yeah.
basically just selling thrift, and I was just selling it like every random person. But along the line, everybody we grow up, and the beauty of growth is that you would not remain at the same place where you were planted.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
definitely grow, you germinate, you reach new heights, like things will change, right? And I figured out that I didn't just want to do thrift the way every other person is doing it. I wanted to add a spice to it. I wanted to make it look so different than what everybody else on the street has been doing it. So we came up with something called the Thrift Festival. But what actually bettered the Thrift Festival was we started the business in 2021. In a year, 2022, we opened a physical store in Ilorin. So when we opened the physical store in Ilorin, there was no form of publicity or like I just posted. I have a very good community on WhatsApp. So just posted on WhatsApp, and a lot of them sent their friends. Those that were not in Ilorin sent their friends to come and support us on the day. And the store was so huge that it could not take the number of people that came. So I was so glad we sold out, like everything that we had for the opening session were sold out. So it was already a year after we opened the store, 2023. And we're thinking, okay, what can we do? Should we celebrate 1 year store opening anniversary? And that's what everybody on the street of Instagram would call it. They would call it 1 year store opening anniversary whatsoever. And I felt that was cringy. Like I didn't want to call it a 1 year store anniversary. So I sat down and thought that okay, what can we do? And that was when the idea of okay, instead of calling it a store anniversary, why not like make it something that is annual? And it was in December. Why not make it something that is annual where, okay, December is festive period, everybody's just trying to like wrap up, do sales and all of that. Okay, let's have something called the Thrift Festival. And we've had so many trade fairs, like in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, trade fairs, and trade fair comprises of people just coming in to sell. And one thing that is very peculiar about trade fair is that they don't usually like to take thrift vendors. I don't know what their bias is about that. So I was like, okay, this is actually a good opportunity. Let's have our own trade fair, but not trade fair. Let's call it thrift festival. So we started the first year, 2023, thrift festival. There was no form of publicity whatsoever. People just came, and again, I was shocked at the number of people that came. We had just one canopy in front of the store, and the crowd was a lot for the number of staff I even took. And people started stealing, like it just came in, chaka 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 chaka. Then after 2023, immediately we finished that one in December 2023. 2024 last year, started planning for the new one in January. And the name that was seen in my head was Street Festival, Street Festival. I was praying about it, and the Holy Spirit just told me to travel to Lagos and go to the Katangwa market. So that felt like it's I go to Lagos very well, and I go to the Katangwa market very well. But this particular one was so direct. I didn't know why, but like I just left and I got to Lagos. Then the day that I was supposed to go to the Katangwa market, I just dropped from the bus. I was about to cross the road. Then the Holy Spirit told me to take my phone and make a video, that I should record a video of like from where I was standing, just record the video of the whole market. So as I was recording the video, that was when the Holy Spirit told me that, okay, this is what you're going to be doing in Ilorin for your next street festival. And it is no longer going to be called the street festival, it's now going to be called Katangwa in Ilorin. That was so direct. I was on the road, I was laughing. I was even almost like, I don't know how to explain this feeling. Like my phone was with me, and you know how Lagos can be, right? So I just like had to compose myself, hold my phone together. So I went into the market and I was just looking at everywhere, looking at the arrangement, what makes this particular market so special, what makes it like the biggest, or like, yeah, let me call it, Katangwa is literally the biggest thrift market in Nigeria. Like what makes it the biggest thrift market in Nigeria? Why is everybody so drawn towards it? So like that particular day was just like a form of research for me, aside of the buying that I did there. So immediately I was done, got back to Ilorin, then we started all over again. Named it Katangwa in Ilorin, got my team to design. Funny thing again, right? Before we started the design, or before we came up with the color, I love to wear blazers. That's like my own personal branding signature thing. I love to wear blazers. So I'd made a new set of blazer, color blue and color pink. And I was making a video of the blazer at that time when I had the instruction that this is going to be the colors. The colors were like contrasting, but like I didn't take it really much that, okay, it was the Holy Spirit speaking to me. I just left it. Funny thing, by the time my designer was done, I didn't really give him a color to use for the branding of Katangwa. By the time it was done, it was the same color of the blazers, the blue and the pink that he came up with. So yeah, stuff like that. And that was how Katangwa in Ilorin was bettered. So the whole lot of, like, we spent the whole year planning, sitting down in the place of the customer. The previous 2023 where they stole from us, I had to gather my friends in church. I gathered them and I told them that if you were to steal from a festival today or from a trade fair today, how would you steal? Then everybody started giving me ideas on how they would steal. And as they were giving all the ideas, we were trying to block the roads. That, okay, if you are going to steal through this channel, how can we block you from stealing? Because like it took a whole community to plan it, but like everything also boiled down to the Holy Spirit giving the idea and helping to execute it.
That's amazing. Something that stood out for me in all that you said is that you made preparations. So for you said last year or the previous year, you had some roadblocks, and then it's important that anyone listening that you make preparations to avoid repeating those same mistakes. Because there's no
Yeah,
point in doing something and again you make the same mistakes. So that was
mistakes.
out for me that you make preparations to avoid making those same mistakes. Thank you so much, Falala.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Ayomide. Can you hear me? Say hi. Can you hear me? Hi.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. I like your smile. Okay,
Well
so
done.
thank you. So I am aware that you started Thrift at some point, and then you moved over to content creation. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what fears or uncertainties did you wrestle with? Like, was it an easy decision to make? Did you have certain fears? Were you uncertain about some things? Like, just tell us your whole thought process towards switching from script to content creation.
Okay, the transitioning process, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, thank you very much. So one thing that happened was that I've always knew that I had it in me. But
Okay.
sometimes there will be imposter syndrome and the likes. So I just took classes. I even joined your community. You don't remember my face. Really, I
Oh,
was a member of the entrepreneurship cycle. I'm still a member because
okay.
I'm still in the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice,
So
nice.
anywhere there is growth, anywhere there is value, you always find
Okay,
me there. I paid
okay,
for some courses, even though I didn't end up taking everything, but I know that I tried my best. So I
okay.
just did that to like fuel and shaping what I already have so
Yeah.
that I would not just go out there as unprofessional or as premature, like you said earlier. So I I didn't really have much when I started my business. It was just my family members that gave me money. So I was my own influencer. I was my first brand influencer. I literally carried the business on my head. I'm still doing that. Though I now learn to pay influencers and all, but at that time my business could not afford it. So I was just my own marketer, including my friends and any customer that I satisfy, they would genuinely promote my brand for me. So the community and all the hypes, all the encouragement and all was what pushed me. And one thing I love to do is I love to encourage people that are behind me because I knew how rough it was while I started. So I do not want anybody, I try my best not to make sure that anybody goes through the rough part since I already know the right way. So while doing that, I'll just help people to post their brands and talk about any brand that I patronize that ticks all my boxes, which are affordability, quality first, then affordability, followed by good customer service. Because we have some brand owners that their customer service is nothing to write home about. So once you tick those three boxes, I'll just give you a shout out on my status. Then when I started doing, like, people were like, do you collect money to do this or you are actually doing this for free? You are so good, even more than people that I paid to do. I was like, no, I'm just doing it for free. Then they were like, start collecting money. Oh, start. I can even pay you. They'll come and tell me that, Mide, how much do you charge? How much should I give you? But I didn't just take anyhow brands. I'll scrutinize the brand. I'll patronize you. I can even send somebody to patronize you so that you show me your real color. Then I did that for a year. While doing that, I took course on audience building, influencer marketing, different entrepreneurship courses. I read books and all, and I just launched my content creation and influencer marketing brand in November. The night I launched it, four brands paid for monthly deals. I was shocked. I didn't even have a rate card prepared. I was just like, let me just say
Money
this thing.
woman.
If I do not say it, I might not say it again. Because I just kept postponing and postponing. People that joined before me, they started collecting money and all. But I was like, no, it's not about the money now. I don't want to do something and feel. I don't want to do something and people will drag me. I've been running my business for over 5 years and no customer has ever said, oh, me they delivered less. So it will not be influencer marketing money that will make my name come inside the mode. So I was extremely careful. But at the same time, I was scared. Let me not lie. So I was scared. So the fear was holding me back. But I just said, you know what? I think I'm ready. I have to do this. And I just launched the brand that night. And since then, it's been good testimonies. And I'm glad that I faced my fears and I did it.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. And for
Thank
anyone
you.
listening, she said she had to face her fears. The moment she said she started, she said she had to get some money from her family members and all of that. So you don't have to, be wealthy or to have it all before you start. Start from wherever you are. Thank you so much, Ayomide. That was really insightful. I
You're
Isioma,
welcome.
our CEO of Emerald World.
Hello,
Hi, how are
hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everyone.
you? Yeah. So can you take us back to your starting point? Like, what was the beginning of your journey like as a CEO, as an entrepreneur? Can you like take us back?
Okay, so firstly, I want to apologize for joining late. I'm kind of sick and I've been on injections, so my apologies.
My goodness, so
So I
sorry.
didn't want to disappoint our host, so that is why I still had to come on here
Get well soon,
and
okay?
actively share my story with us.
Get well soon.
So can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes, we can. Please
Can
drop
you
a
hear me,
comment.
please?
Yes, yes, we can. But please drop a
Can you hear me,
comment.
please?
Yes, 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 we can. We can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm just going to go right ahead. All right.
Okay.
So, my journey, I think I will start with my journey started when I was a student at UNEC. I used to be a bookworm initially. I didn't see my life turning out to be an event planner or to be in the event or to be in the business world in general. I was more of a bookworm. I was just here to study, get my degree, get a job, do well, and that was it. So along the line, it happened, I think, during my second year. Yeah, I met my husband then when we're still dating. um and he puts me in the line of business, thinking about business, thinking about, okay, how can you be more than just being a student? What can you do more than just being a student as a side hustle? Say, sorry, during school time, we had a lot of projects and things and expenses. By the time they send you pocket money, before the month has gone halfway for the month,
Tell me
once you're
about
when you're sent pocket money for the month. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm feeling you. I'm
Okay.
feeling
Okay, so by the time you are sent pocket money, your monthly, because back then we used to be sent monthly pocket money. So before the month is even we've gotten to half of the money has finished. You're like, what do I do? There are a lot of things to pay for, a lot of expenses. So and then I decided to think of things I could do. How can I make money for myself on the side while still being a student? And the first thing I started doing was I started washing people's hairs for a fee. I was doing washing, revamping, just washing their hairs, relaxing it, stretching it. And then I moved to selling gala. So from selling gala, then I moved to selling hair oils. I used to sell this coconut oil, carrot oil, and what have you. And along the line, my sister got married. So we had to come back home. That was during the December break. So I think 2020 is almost, I think is already 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years. So my sister got married. So we had to travel. And that was during the festive period. We traveled home to assist, to help her now with, of course, your family members. So, and during the course of the whole preparation, I saw that I was, proactive about the whole planning stuff, trying to help make sure she's following up with what she's doing and whatnot. And I was like that if she actually had someone that was, coordinating things for her, things would be way, way easier than, us running up and down, trying to sort out this, trying to sort out that. And that was when the idea of being an event planner came to me. But then I didn't really know it as an event. I just felt like someone that makes things coordinated at an event, tries to coordinate things together. So after the wedding, I ran for a political position in school. I think, yeah, the secretary general of my department. So we at the end of our tenure, we were supposed to do a send-off party. So the president approached me and was like, he would like me to help with the planning of the send forth for the finalists. And I was like, okay, that was like my first job ever. But I won't call it a major. I don't know what I call it my first job. To me, it's my first job because it was very little, but that was the starting point for me to plan an event officially, where I was like told, okay, come and do this thing as a job. And then I took it up and He planned it. It was a very small, I think, for just 50 guests. It went so well. They thanked me and everything. And I was feeling myself like I'm doing something right. And that was where my journey started as an event planner. I was done with school. And then I was like, I want to take this a step further. I don't want to just be doing, we called then I was doing konja konja. Let me put it in quotes. Konja konja work. Because what really made me wake up and be like, I need to take this thing seriously was immediately after that job, my husband had a friend who was getting married. So he pitched hiring me to him. And he was like, okay, let's give it a shot. Mind you, I haven't gone for any official training for of any sort. I was just doing based on what I browsed, what I saw, you know, going with the flow. That was then. So, and this job was like my first major job because we had 1,000 guests at this
Yeah.
event. So it was so overwhelming for me at a point. It got super overwhelming. And I noticed I made a lot of errors at that event. But after it, I told myself, I have to learn this and know it because it's what you know you can practice. And
Yeah.
then I took up a training in Lagos, Go Crystal Events Academy. I went there. I spent a month there learning on event planning and management. So when I was done with that, and then I knew, yes, I'm now a certified event planner. It gave me a boost of confidence that, yeah,
Yes.
now I'm in the game. And that is where I started,
That's
growing and planning events. We started moving from there. So that's the journey so far. And I made a conscious decision to keep on upgrading. As of last year, early this year, I went for under upgrade class again because I try as much as possible to keep on planning, to keep on upgrading myself because if you're not up to date with the latest trends in the event world,
good.
you will be left
Good.
behind. So you have to
Yeah.
keep on
Can you guys hear?
upgrading.
Yeah, thank you so much, Isioma. Like that makes a lot of sense. Like my nose pad is so full. You said that one thing that stood out rather for me was that you had people around you who could recognize your potential. Yeah, they were the ones who believed in you before you caught up with that vision of who you are, and that's very important to the people who are around us. So thank you so much. And then your willingness to constantly
Yeah.
invest in yourself, constantly upgrade yourself. Thank you so much. So now I'd like to move to Oyinlola. Hi, Oyinlola. Are you still here? Do we still have your attention?
Yes, I am still here.
Yeah. So in a few minutes, because now my mode is now timekeeping mode. So
Okay.
when you started, yeah, I'm sure you had some confusion in the early days. Some lack of clarity. How were you able to handle that?
Hmm. Okay, like I said earlier on, like um when I started the business, I just wanted money, right? But along the line, clarity came, and it is not as if like I have it all figured out yet. It is along the line that you would know that okay, this is what you're supposed to do. So, for example, if you're supposed to travel by air to Abuja, if you don't take the bold step of booking your flights, you will never get into the plane.
Definitely.
And if you book your flight and you don't take the bold step of packing your bags, taking your bags out of your house and going to the airport to enter the plane, like you never get into that plane. Not to talk of getting to Abuja. So everybody's on a journey in life. The first thing that you need to do, the first and most important thing that you need to do is to ensure that you begin the journey, start the journey. It might not be clear. I don't have it all figured out yet. It is not all totally clear to me yet. But one thing that I know that I did is that I took a step and I am still taking the step. So yeah.
Everyone type take a step. I will take a step starting now. Please type it in the comments here. I must take a step starting now. So you don't have to have it all figured out like Wilola has said. Just take a step. Okay. From I think at whatever point over time, it gets clearer. So you would not see the entire picture at the moment, but if you keep taking several steps, you would keep getting more clarity. So type it out. I will take a step starting now. So thank you so much, Ringola. Hi, Ayomide. Hi. Yes, so our content creator. You mentioned something about imposter syndrome. Yeah. How were you able to silence that voice of comparison? Like, because this content creating industry, like, there are a lot of content creators. How were you able to silence that voice of, fear of comparison, trying to compare yourself with another content creator? So just tell us, a few minutes or seconds. Can you hear me though? Hello?
Hello, I can't hear you. Can you come again?
Okay. So I said that the content creation industry, there are lots of content creators and all of that. And you had earlier spoken about imposter syndrome. Yeah, so how were you able to manage that? How were you able to silence the voice of comparison, comparing the thoughts that will come up sometimes, you want to compare yourself with another influencer, another content creator. How were you able to silence that voice and move past imposter syndrome?
Okay, thank you very much. One
Yeah.
thing is learning how to accept feedback and focusing better on the good part than the bad part. Sometimes when we get 99, or let me say 97 positive review and 3% negative review, we tend to beat ourselves up and not focus on the good parts. I'm not saying ignore your negative reviews. No, you can't do that because you can't even grow. Not all the faults are from your customers. It's either you shouldn't have taken the job and you took it. It's either you were not so lenient with your customer. Maybe you didn't tell the client to send their own parts. Maybe they didn't do their own parts by nurturing the leads and all. So, but as much as we want to accept negative feedback, let us know our ground. Let us accept, give ourselves grace as influencers, as content creators, business owners, entrepreneurs generally. Even as humans, let us give ourselves grace. Let us not be blind to the blessings that we have while neglecting what we do, while focusing on what we do not have. Exactly, yeah. So that's the right way to put it. So that's
That
one thing
makes
that I've learned to do. Exactly, yeah. And one other thing that I've always loved is that I'm aware that I'm unique. So that comparison, I do not compare myself. I'm only in competition with myself. I'll be like, how can I be better? How can I do better? I would have handled this. How could I have handled this situation better? So that's what I do. But for people that compare themselves, why not just see those people as inspirations? Because most of the time we just see them as, oh, this person is growing, oh, this person has this number of likes and this number of followers. But you don't know that the person was there before you, the person started before you, the person put in so much work. It might be you paying for a master class, it might be you requesting for a mentorship. Just do that instead of being in your closet and thinking, oh, you are not good enough, and start comparing yourself with somebody that started 10 years or 5 years or 2 years ahead of you. So, yeah.
I don't know if you're like this session, but I'm just you all are too. You guys are too fireful. Like I'm so pumped. Like you've said a whole lot and it resonated a lot with me. Yeah. You are unique and everyone is unique.
Yeah.
Don't try to compare yourself with others. Focus always on the good parts. Like not always too much, yeah, but focus heavily on your good side. You see some people when they make posts somewhere on Instagram or something, everybody might be saying, oh, great post, nice to meet one. It's the one comment that I said,
That
I
is
don't like
negative.
yes,
Exactly.
why are you going to focus
And
on
as a creator, once you start focusing on the negative part, people will be like, she's not even seeing us. We that we are here cheering up and encouraging her. She's busy
yeah,
and they'll just, neglect. But once in a while, if they see that, oh, you've always been ignoring and you just stood up for yourself, they will definitely be behind you and stand up for you. So instead of just responding to negative comments all the time, do it to encourage people that are
makes so
encouraging you
much
as well.
sense. Makes so much sense. And then there's a difference between wanting to be the best version, better version of yourself and unnecessarily comparing yourselves with others, yeah. comparing yourself with
Yeah,
others. So take others as inspirations and not competitions. Thank you so much,
exactly.
Ayomide. Hi,
You're
Isioma.
welcome.
Can you hear me, Isioma? Hi.
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay,
I
okay,
can hear
amazing.
you.
So
Sorry, power went
okay,
out.
no problem, no problem. So when you were talking earlier, you said something, what stood out for me, like I said, were the people who saw your vision before you even did. They saw your abilities that okay, this person is good with this and that. But now, were there people who discouraged you or doubted you when you were starting out? Was there anyone like that? And if there was, how did you handle that?
Hmm. There actually was. So
Mm-hmm.
let me share it with us.
Okay. I'm interested in the story. I'm invested.
There was one client that reached out to me for a wedding planning job, and he called. I scheduled the meeting with him. This was still when I just went for my first meeting. When I just went for my first um I hadn't sorry, I went for my first training. So, and then he was like, after the meeting and the consultations and everything, he now said, okay, he wants to work with me. And I was like, that's fine. We finished everything. We finished the whole, reaching out to vendors. I did my vendor sourcing. And then the next thing, 2 days later, this same man texted me and told me that he doesn't think I can handle his events. And then I didn't have much events to my name then because I hadn't planned so much. I think I just planned only one that my school event, that my first project. I didn't have anything to show. And he said that he doesn't feel like I can handle his events. I cried that night. I cried all night. At the that when you had your hope that okay, with this event I'm going to like do this, do that. I'm going to so fast forward to 3 years
Yeah.
later, after I cried and everything, like I said, I really had a strong support network, which was my husband. Then we're still dating,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
he encouraged me. He told
Married
me that he knew my capabilities. He spoke life into me and told me that I shouldn't give up just because someone told me that. Because at that point, I felt like, oh, does it mean I'm not good enough? Does it mean that I won't be able to? I started doubting myself if I can be able to handle. I
okay.
say asking myself, maybe truly I can't even do this thing. Maybe I can't even, maybe I am, he's right. So I got encouraged. I picked myself up. I didn't give up. I kept on. I prayed. I just trusted God and I knew that so far as I'm doing my part and I'm putting in the work because if you're not putting in the work and you just accept it, you accept because sometimes this is the negativities making you feel like you are not good enough, that you won't be able to achieve much because people have not really seen what you can do and because you're holding back your potentials, you don't want to express yourself, you just feel like, okay, this person said this about me, so therefore this is how I am. But you do not let people dictate who you want to be or who you are. You don't give people that room. Nobody has any right over you and your capabilities. You get so that fogged me and I pushed, and 3 years later, fast forward, this same man, because he was still viewing my status, he now came and told me that I knew you will go far. Mind you, this is someone that told me he doesn't think I'll be good enough. I'll be good enough to handle this event. He doesn't feel like I have the potential to do. This is the same person that said this to me. Now imagine I gave up. Imagine I said, oh, because he said this about me, therefore this is who I am.
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
he be the same person that will come back to tell me, oh, I knew you were always going to do great and excel at this? And that's life. People will try to define you, but if you go against the odds and stand out, these same people that were defining you and talking you down will be the same people that will come and cheer you up.
Yes,
So
so
that's a
yes, so yes, so yes, so that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Like I can relate to that personally. Like if you are starting out with anything, there will always be naysayers. But as soon as you are excelling or making something, we've always been our biggest fan. Biggest fan where were you my biggest fan? Where they always, try to farms and all of that. Whereas in the beginning phase, they never wanted to associate with you. They really didn't have, big high hopes for you. So it's just how human beings are. So keep persevering, you guys. Okay. I hope you guys are, taking in so much of what the session is all about because my notepad is so full. Yeah. So thank you so much, Isioma. And I think that I want to hear that I want Oyinola and I am going to answer that same question. I'm really interested to hear your own experience. So, have you ever had people who discouraged or doubted you when you were starting out? How did you handle that? I am. Would you like to go first?
yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
Like you said, there will always be naysayers. I told you that I've always had this actor, this content creator thing in me. I'm one of those children that will stay in front of the mirror and be talking. So when I started speaking to my camera in school, I'll just maybe when I restock, and I've noticed anytime I snap my goods, if I don't stand in front of my camera to say, oh, it's not as if I will not make sales, but when I'm there to tell them, oh, this is how to style it, when
Yeah.
my face is in front of the camera, I sell faster. Sold out even before I start posting the goods. But when I just snap and post, it might be like 50%, 60% sales. But when I say, okay, this is how you wear it, do it this way, I sell. And I don't know, I just love talking in front of my camera. So anytime I want to introduce any brand, I'll make sure that I get extremely familiar, tell my audience why they need to get this product, the benefits of the product and all. And so many people don't like reading text. Even as your caption, they will not read your caption as business owners.
Yeah.
If you are very observant, people do not read captions. So
Yeah.
instead of typing, or using voice notes, people might be in noisy environments. I just use my video that grabs attention. Then maybe after a minute's video, I can now proceed to type the rest, show them pictures and videos. So while I was doing that, a friend of mine, I was still doing it for free then, I was still in school.
Okay.
So a friend of mine was like, she was my former roommate, she's like, again, you've taken your phone again. She started cleaning her camera again. You want to start recording video again. You talk too much. Is it only you? This one, that one. I'm just so glad that I didn't let that get to me at all. I was not even paid. Honestly, I was not paid. And I was not getting paid for it then, but I enjoyed it. I loved the reaction of people. The oh, thank you so much. I needed this. Oh, thank you so much. This was so timely and all. So when she said that to me, I was like, oh, you'll come back and tell me to post your brand. I just said it like a joke. I didn't even say it as buzz. And she came back, she came back, this same person, in less than a year. I started
Tiny.
posting for people. I'll even say, oh, people know that I'm not charging and I have to post my own business. Just 5 brands this week. Any brand I patronize or any brand I like. And I see that, oh, they took all my boxes, I'll just post them for free. She'll say, oh, Mide, please help me post. I just started my business. This, that. I say, okay, I'll post without video. She said, please, oh yeah, record video. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I said you meant to say, okay, now I know better. Come and teach me how to talk in front of the camera, how to speak to my audience. I say, hey, now you're talking. So
It makes so
please
much
don't
sense
let all those things get to you.
because
Don't let them get
I
to
think I
you.
saw somewhere that a number of times the people who are the first bring down whatever it is you're doing. It's because somewhere in their mind they envy it actually. They want to also
Exactly.
do what you're doing, but they just look at it
Exactly.
and then just beating. They're silent haters. Thank
When I
you.
started, people that were already in the field, they were like, "Oh, go girl, you rock!" I've always known that you had this in you. Why didn't you start earlier? Even when I started going to the gym, people that were in the gym, they didn't condemn me. They were like, "Oh, you have a banging body. What do you want to do? Is it strength? Is it this? Is it that?" But you see, people that are home that are not going to the gym, they are the first to condemn you. So whenever people come to say negative things, you just take it as, "Oh,
One
I'm
of those
pulling a
things.
string in them." Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am there.
You're
Hi, Oyinla. I
welcome.
want to hear your own experience as well. Like, have you had people discouraged you or doubted you?
Definitely. I think it's all part of the journey. People don't believe in you till they see results in what it is that you're doing. So I have a lot to tell, but let me just say this. When I was about to start, before I started my business, I was a very, very good thrift shopper. If you give me money to help you shop for thrifted items, you'd thank me, like you'd continually thank me because of how good I was with shopping with thrift. So my siblings, sisters, like they don't stay in Ilori with me, but they usually send me money to just shop for them. So when I started, I took pictures of my products. I was so happy to send them to my sisters and tell them, oh, I've started my business, blah, blah, blah. So usually that time when I shop for them, the same price I get them in the market, that's the price I give it to them for. So I used to buy for them at the rate of 500 naira. But now I'm starting a business, so I added 500 naira extra to it. And she now asked me, she said, how much are these ones? I told her it's 1K. She was not like, that's something that they're selling for 500 naira, blah, blah, blah. That particular sentence made me feel really discouraged. And I was like, am I too expensive? Blah, blah, blah. So I was like almost giving up. But thankfully for me, I had a roommate who supported me. She was my first customer. So it actually even kept me going. I didn't give up. Now my sister is one of the people that used to also to get my products whenever my reps, whenever they post on WhatsApp. The other one, not really, really, really a discouragement like that, but I had a customer that told me that we would see where you would get to with this. She told me that like straight up. And
Why?
when I heard that statement, I was like, I used to hear that they are witches, oh, but like I just experienced one.
Guys,
This was in
you guys hear her? Hey, oh,
this
what was
was in I think this was in 2022. This was in 2022. And I saw her in 2023 or 2024, and she was like, oh, she approached me and she was like, probably she forgot that she made that statement to me. And she walked up to me and told me, oh, I'm really inspired by your growth. I love what you do, blah blah blah. I'm like, I was just like, thank you so much. Like I didn't give her much of that
this?
audience. I just said, oh, thank you so much, and let's just end here. So there are people that even from your customers, some people are even trying to buy from you because let's even see what she's selling. Safe, give me what she's selling that she's hyping that much. Let's see it. I've had a lot of them like that. And funny thing is, you can easily sense that form of energy from them, and you can just like try to, when I was the one handling my sales and everything, I intentionally, because I don't like while I intentionally don't even attend to people like that. But yeah, it's all part of the growth journey. When somebody tells you face to face that will see where you get to with this, you definitely don't want their words to come to pass
Hmm.
over you, so you definitely
I think
work
I'm
harder.
a much bigger person than I am. Because if you tell me something, you see where you get to with that, and then few years after, or few weeks after, you now can you've always admired. I'll just send you a screenshot. I would have preserved that screenshot for you. I'll just send you a screenshot. Check 'em. Yeah, was this not you? Okay, oh, thank you. But we are learning. We are learning from. I've learned something from you, like how to be a very good and big person. So thank you guys. So I'd like to give us a final question. Yeah. If a woman, because I'm sure women are on this call and the guys are on this call as well. Anyone listening to you today, if anyone listening to you today is afraid to take their first step, what would you tell them? So let me start with Isioma. Hi, Isioma. Anyone listening to you today, if they were afraid to take their first step, what would you tell them?
Okay, I think what I have to tell whoever it is that is trying to make that first step, you know, it's scary. I just want to be very frank with us. It's scary. It's scary starting something you don't know the outcome. It's scary, making it's more like taking a risk. But life itself is a risk. So
Yeah.
just do it. Just do it. Because life in itself is a risk. And surround yourself with people who would keep on cheering you on. I was blessed with an amazing circle from my husband, He has been my biggest support, my biggest cheerleader. He would he announces the gospel of Emerald World events and pastries to everyone and anyone he comes across. When you are surrounded by people who genuinely want to see you grow, you will blossom, you will do well. You would have that confidence that I can do this, but it has to start with you. You have to make a conscious decision because you can only be encouraged if you are making that move. You have to make the move. You have to start it up and you need to involve God. You need to pray. You need to ask God for directions before you make any move so you don't end up wasting your efforts. Because even the Bible said it. The builders, they build in vain without God. The watchmen, they watch in vain. The laborers labor in vain. So before you even make any move, have God at the center of everything that you are doing. Let Him
Yeah.
direct you. Ask Him for direction. Ask Him for guidance. And then go with all your energy. Go with everything in you. And tell yourself that I want to make this succeed. I want to make this, whatever it is I'm going into, a success. I want people to know me. I want people to hear about my brand. I want life to be touched through me. Don't just go in there for the fact that I want to make money. Remember that in every
I think
business,
I've
one
lost
thing
you.
matters at the end of the day. You are solving people's problems. And by solving people's problems, sorry,
Yeah. Go on, go on.
hello,
Yes, I can hear you now. Go on. Can you hear me? You can go on if you can hear me. But
hello, can you
yes,
hear me?
yeah. I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So I said, and the last thing I want to drop for us is that we should know that at the end of the day, that whatever business you are doing, whatever it is you are doing, you are solving people's problems. And when you solve people's problems, you give them comfort, you give them joy, you give them happiness. So that should be at the center of everything we do. Don't just go in for the profit. Also, yes, profit is very important. We're in Nigeria, of course, but make sure that you are impacting in people's lives. And you're not doing anything that will make you, when you go to sleep at night, you can't sleep because you're having a guilty conscience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isioma. Like I took note of a number of things you said, but one thing that stood out for me is marry well. Marry well. The number of my husband I've heard on this call. Hey. So if you are listening, if you are currently tuned in and you've not married yet, marry well. Is your current partner, the current people around you, your friends, your family, are they supportive? Surround yourself with supportive people. Very important. And marry well. So that you too, when they invite you on stages and summits, you keep saying, "Oh, I have the best partner in the world." So yes, marry well and then involve God. Like she said, involve God. So yeah, I'd like to hear from Ayomide as well. Then next to be Oinola. If anyone was listening to you
She
today,
has
I'm
said it
grateful to your
all.
voice. I know, but still say your own, say your own.
Definitely. I'll
Okay,
definitely add one or two. I want to say
okay.
that don't just start based on vibes and inshallah, because
Hmm.
you might end up losing your money and not everybody will bounce back. I lost my money when I started my thrift business. I started with 200,000 naira, and in 6 months, the money had doubled and even tripled. Self, but I had to buy props and all. And during COVID, I lost all the money. I lost all the money because I was selling on credit. I didn't really know my value. Maybe I knew my value, but I was not sure of it. I was trying to attract customers. So I was selling less than the amounts that I even got my goods so that at least I will retain them. I was thinking that, oh, maybe if I sell to them, at least I'm not selling everything to them. If I sell to them at a lesser price, I'll add price for the other customers, not knowing that it was an endless cycle. So please build structure while building your business. You cannot have it all figured out from the beginning, but when you build structure, you can always revamp, rebrand as you grow. It will get clearer and clearer, but don't just start based on my friends are doing it, let me do it. If you don't have the passion for it, on days when you have to choose one, you will definitely forfeit everything, and it's just like a waste of time. So structure, hey, I should say this, please put God first. Even
Mm-hmm.
apart from the capital, apart from the structures, the strategies, and all,
Mm-hmm.
pray about the tiniest thing. You can buy from a supplier and you will not make sales. It's possible. You can, it might be your branding customer, the person supplying you nylon. If you don't sell, how do you want to use nylon to pack? Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
It might be customers that will stress you. Pray. Me, when I started my business, I just prayed to God. I said, God, you know I'm a soft girl. Please give me stress-free customers. And to the glory of God, the customers that used to stress me, they are not up to 1%. They're like 0.5. And I used to tell God that I know that you're sending these people so that I can appreciate those ones more. And most of the time, I don't even attend to them. Like Miss Falola said, you can always sense it from the first chat. You will sense it that, oh, this is disrespect coming, this is humiliation coming, and I'll just tell them sold out. Hamide, you don't want to sell to me, and it's not like that, man. You can always sense the sarcasm, the disrespect in their chat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll try
Yeah.
to be as professional as possible. So let's also learn to do that. Build structure, put God first. Don't forget the reason why you started. Make sure that you have passion for it. Don't do follow. Don't get carried away. Money is sweet, though, but please, your brand vision and mission, make sure that you do not forfeit it while you are enjoying the money, while the fame is coming. And don't be scared to transition into anything that you want to transition into. From thrift to, I started with makeup, and when I entered uni, nobody was doing makeup every day, and I needed frequent money. So I branched from that makeup. I did my thrift. I'm still a makeup artist, but the thrift money is more than the makeup money at this point. So yeah, that one is just like main also has turned to side also. Then from the business, the thing that I was doing for my business, people loved it and they started paying me for it. So content creation has joined the source of income that God
Streams
gives to
of
me,
income.
and
Money
events
woman.
and marketing. So don't say,
Yeah.
oh, it's only this one that I want to do. Don't be scared. Take classes,
Mm-hmm.
upgrade classes, master classes, free classes. Even some free classes are more valuable than some paid
Yeah.
classes.
Yes. Yes.
Join communities that have similar
Yeah.
vision, and
Yeah.
you have it all figured out as
Mm.
you go along the line. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ayomide. Yeah, was one thing you said that also stood out for me was structure, build structures. Yes, because days that you don't feel like working, days that you don't feel like showing up, is the structures that you set
In
up that
place.
you'll be able to bounce back on. So yes, thank you so much. And then stop giving your things out on credit, though, like she said. Learn from my
Mhm.
experience. Thank you so much, Ayomide. Hi, Oilola.
Hi.
Yeah. So anyone listening to you today afraid to take their first step, what would you tell them?
I'll
Oh,
tell them to start anyway. Start.
okay.
When you tell people to start, okay, let me first have today, like I think Salem King made a post on his Instagram page about something that you find really easy to do. And I wrote it there in the comment section that I am a very, very good executor. Like
Mm-hmm.
once I have an idea, the next thing I want to do is to execute it. Whether I have, see, I can have an idea today that, oh, I want to start a banking industry, or I want to open a bank or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very, very huge idea. And where I am right now, I don't even have any knowledge or anything about starting a banking, whatever. But what do? I start anyway. It could be as little as finding the bank name. It could be as little as, okay, trying to get knowledge on what the banking industry entails. So when I say start, I mean start anyway. You don't necessarily have to have it all figured out from the beginning, like I said. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the money to start the business. You want to start content creation. You don't necessarily need an iPhone 16 Pro Max to start. In fact, you might not even need an
Yes.
iPhone to start. You don't need
Word.
that ring light to start. When I started my business, I didn't have any iPhone. But one thing I ensured was that all my product pictures that I post, everything was taken with an iPhone. But I didn't have an iPhone. There are so many ways that I can work around it. I had a neighbor who had an iPhone. What did I do? Immediately, I used to borrow his iPhone to take pictures. So I figured out that his iPhone battery was not so good. So I gathered money from my business. I knew my business does not have money to buy an iPhone yet. So I went ahead to buy a power bank first. So I'll go to him and tell him, oh, I'm about to borrow your iPhone, but don't worry, I'm going to return the phone back to you at the same battery percentage or even higher that you've borrowed me. So I ensure I charge it and I'm able to take my, and immediately I'm done. I transfer all the pictures back to my Techno. and I post with my techno gradually, gradually, gradually. In less than 6 months that I've started the business, we got our own iPhone to write. So imagine I did not start because I didn't have an iPhone. In 6 months, I would not still have the iPhone and I would not have the
Yes.
business. So
Yes.
just start with the little that you have.
That's very important. Very, very important. You guys know how profound that is. Start with what you have. It's the same thing I tell people who come to meet me or this and that. Say if you are not doing it now that you don't have those resources, when those resources come, you will still not do it. If you are not making content that you intend to make because you don't have maybe ring lights, you don't have this, you don't have a nice background. When those things come, you won't still do them, and that's just the thing. One thing with our mind is that we fixate heavily on the things we don't have, whereas we can start with what we have and scale up from there. So thank you so much. I absolutely enjoyed myself and I learned so much. It was such a pleasure, being your anchor, being your host. So you guys, please drop a comment as to what you learned today. Like, I learned so much, but I want to hear from you. What did you learn today? While I give the room up to GlobaVox. Thank you so much, GlobaVox, for this opportunity. Like, this is so amazing. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped, and I'm so honored, for putting me in the midst of big, big women like this. Thank you so much. So, you guys, I'm trying to wait for your comment. I learned to always face your fear. Face your fear. Very important, very important. Putting consistency into content creation. Yes, 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 yes. Super important. Thank you so much, Lola. Thank you so much, Ayomide. Thank you so much, our CEO. Our CEO Isioma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hi, Global Voxel. Over to you.
So at some point I was sitting like this and I was thinking about my own life. In my head, I'm like, Chris, I'm speechless. Thank you, Oyelola. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ayomide. So I have two Ayomide. Okay, I'm going to use Oni for the other Ayomide so that she will not be trying to it's already lexical. Thank you. Initially with intentionality, there are some things I skipped in my keynote session because I already knew that I unpicked my panelist with intention. I remembered how I was pestering I immediately on you when she told me we were going to camp. I said, Jesus. I said, okay, I'll find somebody else. But I knew she was the one I wanted. Like every panelist, like I knew that okay, these are the people that I wanted. And when I was preparing my keynote session, off the idea that I know about these people, like the things I already like gathered about them and know about them, I intentionally skipped some things in my keynote session, knowing that by the time I draft the questions that will be asked during the panelist session, they would definitely give the answer to it. And you all did justice. Thank you. Thank you is not even enough. So can we go ahead and say thank you, everybody? Just type your comments. They can read your comments. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are more than grateful. Truly, if you took your time to listen, I feel like if I was on the other end, on the receiving end, listening to every single one of the panelists, definitely I'm not holding back on any idea. I am not holding back on any idea. I am not holding back on any vision. I am not holding back on anything absolutely. If I was on the other end, because why? Why should I still be holding back when these are testaments? I did not pick panelists that you will start feeling like, oh, these ones they are super made. Like that's something I could have done and bring people that you would think that it will cost what it will cost, but they will be here. But I knew that no. I wanted people that it will make you it will be more relatable. You can see process, you can see progress. And one thing I want you to know is that you see progress will always win over perfection. Always, like when you take one step it takes you closer, like I said earlier, when you take one step it takes you closer to the version of you that you want to become. Thank you so much. I am super 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 grateful. I'm sure that every single one of you have been blessed Yes, that has to be the word, blessed. You've learned, your understanding has really, really grew, and I'm sure that you're not going to be holding back on anything. Some of you at the beginning of this year, you probably said, "Oh, so there was one time I was going to the island. I think I saw a billboard that said, not be by 2025 is my year, buy land first." So that billboard is about like buying land, and it was so funny. Like, cause yes, like buy land first so that we can know that 2025 is your year. So some of you started this year saying, "Oh, this year I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this," and June is here already. Like June is here already, and it still doesn't feel like you've done anything because you're either overthinking, you're either having the imposter syndrome, you're either overwhelmed, you're either feeling like you're not enough, you can't do it, and all those excuses that seem to be legit, but surely they are not. This is your sign to start. These are people that are testament of what it means to start, what it genuinely means to start. So I do hope that you're not going to hold back. Honestly, that's the entire burden behind this summit. Yes, I know that there will still be lots of people that will watch the replay, but the burden is that after you attend now, or you're probably watching the replay of this summit, kickstart that vision. Don't hold back any longer because there will never be a perfect time. Like, trust me, there would never be a perfect time. Thank you so much, Mide. Thank you so much, Oni. Thank you so much, Isema. Thank you so much, Onilola. I am super, super grateful. I'll come and do my Thanksgiving in all of this beer. Thank you. All right. So, if you have any questions for the panelists, you can just go ahead and drop your questions. And if time permits, we're still going to take some questions from the audience. All right, all right, all right. I hope everybody can still hear me. I hope everybody can still hear me. Please, you can use the comment to let me know that you can still hear me. All right, thank you. So for tomorrow's session, I just want to do a few announcements before we call it a day today. I will sleep. I already told my team people that today I will sleep. Like I will sleep knowing that okay, I planted the seed of what will transcend from generation to generation and what will move from borders to borders. I will sleep, yes. And if you also choose to start that vision, if you also choose to start that idea, if you also choose to start that brand, you will see that a time will come where you can genuinely sleep because you know that on this day you decided to plant the seed. When the trees start growing and the fruits, you will eat the fruits thereof. You will. You will. So tomorrow's session is going to be on public speaking. When I was receiving the instruction for this summit, one of the things that the Holy Spirit told me emphatically was to have a session where we learn online skills. And I kept trusting God over and over and over and over again. Okay, God, what skill do your people need to start? Okay, we're talking about the starting point. What exactly do they need? And I wanted about three skills. You know how God can say, okay, do this thing, and then you're adding your own jar. Do you get it? So it was like that. So I knew, okay, we're going to do learn skill and all of that. But I wanted more now. I wanted like two, three, four, five skills set where I bring a lot of people in that field to teach. And I kept trusting God. But nothing ever came, only public speaking. And in my head, I was thinking, okay, why public speaking? Like, this world is advancing. We can learn web design. We can, funny suggestions are just coming to my head. But the Holy Spirit kept emphasizing on public speaking, on public speaking. And when he chose the speaker, hmm, I remember when I was talking to the speaker, Dr. George. If you go and read his profile, if you go and search him online, you will know that if I was to have a physical event, if the summit was physical, I would have had to pay for his flights, pay for his hotel, and every other shenanigans, because it's not, that is honor. Do you get it? Like, it's not him asking me, but that is how to honor people. That's how big he is. And when I reached out to him, then I'm like, Daddy, good evening, and all of that. Explain the vision to him. I've not even finished typing that day. He called me himself. And I was like, oh, yeah, talk on the phone. Let me hear what you're saying. And I explained, and I was like, okay, is it physical? You have to pay my flight ticket, all of that. I said, sir, it's not physical. It is virtual. And I just said, it just said, oh, okay, no problem. That's fine. And that's it. Is public speaking school. Go and search online and see how much they are paying for it. Go and search. Go and see how much they are paying to get enrolled in his public speaking. Because some of you want to start things that requires that you're in the face of the public and you don't even know how to talk to people. You don't even know how to market your brand. You don't even know how to convince somebody. You don't know anything. You just, your own is to just copy and paste from Chat GPT. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel maybe because I use Chat GPT so well as well. But you know, now I can always add the human feel. I can recognize something that is written with Chat GPT 90% of the time. Like when I see a content and I know that, oh, this person, Chat GPT, no originality, no authenticity, I'm just like, oh, I beg. Do you get it? And you want to launch a brand that is in the public face. So tomorrow's session is what I don't want you to miss. Prepare all your spirit, soul, and your body. We're not going to be having it on YouTube live stream. It will be on Zoom. Just so that I know some people have you know, network issues and all that shenanigans. And he said he has some slides to show like it's going to be a proper class. So we're going to be using um Zoom tomorrow. So in case some of you that your apps used to expire, if you've not used it in a very long time, like iPhone now, if you don't use the app in a very long time, it will stop it like uninstall or something. Go and install your Zoom back. Set your time, your alarm. Yes, set your alarm. It's going to be by 8 p.m. We're not starting 6 p.m. like we did today. It's going to be by 8 p.m. So set your alarm. Ensure that you're there. If you're going to be in tomorrow's public speaking session, it's going to be a class. It's not him coming to talk to you about anything. It's him giving you, let me say, is handing to you what you can use on your journey to starting. Do we understand? All right. Secondly, the workbook is going to be sent to your email. So if you are not in my email list, I don't know how you're going to get the workbook. But if you've never received any email from GlobaVox, you can type your email on the group today. If you've received email from me before, please don't bother typing your email. I have your email. But if you've never received any email from me, you can type your email on the group so that you would also get the workbook. Please take your time to, it's called a workbook, like work with the book. Do you get it? Yes, it's going to help you better to finding your starting point. If you are still having any confusion as at this point, with that workbook, if you from the first chapter up until the last chapter, you'll be able to say, yes, this is the very first step that I am taking. This is the very first step that I am taking. Do we understand? Yes, I really do hope that we understand. Okay, so I guess there's no question for the panelists. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to hand over to TPO now so that we can call it a night. It was really, really amazing talking to every single one of you. I'm going to be waiting for your feedback from the summit. Trust me, this is the very first edition, and this is the only edition that's going to be online. Every other edition will be physical meeting because we grow bigger and better. It can only get better from here. Yeah. So I'm going to be expecting every single person's feedback. If you what's the word now? When the team members come to you and say, yeah, give your feedback, and you keep quiet like deaf and dumb, you will see me in your dream. You will certainly see me in your dream. Yep. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. TPO, I'm going to add your stage now.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Before anything, I want to say thank you so much for everyone our moderator, and most importantly, our convener. I pray that the Lord bless you. Again, you know how we do it, right? So go ahead and celebrate them. If this session has really blessed you, right from the keynote session to the panel session, I literally want to scream right now, but I can't scream. Oh my god, it was such a wonderful session. You have to agree with me. So once again, don't get tired of celebrating them. Celebrate them and sincerely appreciate them. Celebrate them and sincerely appreciate you. We love and celebrate you, Maz. We are really, really blessed. We're really, really blessed to have you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. All right, someone has a question. Okay, okay. Please, you can drop your question. We, if it's not answered right now, it will be answered definitely. But make sure to drop the question. All right. So once again, thank you so much everyone for coming around. I want to believe that you are not just going to take your book and just go and settle that, or just throw the book somewhere, or eventually let it land in the hand of all these pop sellers. All right. I'm very sure that you are going to treat everything you've learned tonight as gold and use it, even on your journey. Run with it. All right. This is the best time for you to see. There is this thing about attending events. You feel this sudden surge of energy. And truth be told, that energy does not is not always there. And so it's always best for you to take advantage of that sudden surge of energy and maximize it to its best. All right. So once again, thank you so much, everyone, for coming around. All right. For the person who has a question, GlobaVox says you should drop it now. So do well to do that as soon as possible. All right. Please do well to drop it. Okay. Yes. Blessing Aggie, please do well to drop because okay. She says so. My question is to Ma Ayomide. I don't know if it's the on this on ground, but okay. She says so. My question is to Ma Ayomide. How will I start a treat business when I don't have enough capital? When I don't have enough capital. So Ma, please, um, I don't know if the panelists are still available. GlobaVox herself. Okay, so yeah, don't worry, you definitely get a response to your question. All right.
Yes. So for the
Okay, please give
question,
me a
I
second.
would.
Okay, all right.
Can you hear me? It's
Yes,
annoying
ma, we
me.
can.
Okay, so I'm blessing for your question. I want you to get a more practical response. So I will get your question across to Ayomide and you will get an answer. Do you understand? Since you're directing your question specifically to her, do you get it? I believe you do. TPO, you can continue.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. So this brings us to the end of the first day of the annual summit. Tomorrow is going to be extremely packed. Watch out for your workbooks in your emails. If you have not subscribed, I'll do well to drop the link again, just in case you haven't subscribed. Tonight, make sure you go over your journal, get ready, come extra prepared for tomorrow. And make sure you don't come alone. Don't be a selfish friend. Make sure you drag like 10 people along with you. Okay? So you definitely don't want them missing out on this much value. And tomorrow promises to be even more exciting. All right. So this brings us officially to the end of the first day of the GlobaVox Annual Summit. I'm seriously really happy I was able to be a part of this. All right. So let's call it a night here. Thank you so much everyone for coming around. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so let's call it a wrap here. Good night, everyone. Good night.